What's up, guys? And here we have another episode of Aftermath. We're going to be talking about this weekend's events, everything that's been going on. Hi, baby. How you doing, sweetheart? What's up, Ralph Unreal? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. This is another episode of Aftermath. Appreciate you coming, you coming in here and hanging out with me. As usual, if after I make my statement, we have no one that wants to come on and chat with me about the weekend's events, then we'll go. I'll go ahead and shut her down. What's up, Brian Harkin in the house? Hello, Senor. Let's think. Let's see. Let's see what's first up on my list. I got the today's episode. What's up, Matador? I got today's episode as broken jaw, broken hearted, and broken dreams. And there's a reason. We'll start off with the broken jaw part. What do you think about Warrington getting in there, like I said he would do, and beating on Martinez, and but in the process got a broken jaw. Kudos to him for putting up the fight. You can see that his mouth was open by the end of the fight. Talk about you're going out with a bang. Kudos to him. He beat Martinez. Kudos to Martinez for holding on and fighting as valiantly as he did. But we all knew what was going to happen. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We all knew Martinez was going to lose, and there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's had the championship multiple times, so I'm not going to take nothing away from him. But the fact still remains that he's well beyond his years. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this now so everyone understands me. I don't think Warrington is going to hold on to the championship after one fight either. I do believe the next fight he's into, I do believe he's going to lose the belts. That's just what I believe. If you want to argue that point with me, you're more than welcome to come up here and argue the point with me. But that's what I do believe. Okay, so that's the part of the broken jaw. Let's talk about let's talk about broken dreams. Burchelt. Listen, man. Burchelt took a nasty loss 13 months ago. I think it was. Was it 13 months ago that he lost the way he did? He got knocked. He didn't just get knocked out. He got knocked the fuck out. He didn't realize he lost the fight by knockout until he was in the ambulance. All right. So, and his girlfriend was crying. It's hard for fighters to get over something like that. It's going to be hard for some fighters. And apparently, Burchelt didn't get over it. And I don't discredit him for that. He was a great boxer, he was a great champion. Uh, I do believe though that he bit off a little more than he can chew when he went up in weight, and he went against an opponent that wasn't going to back down, an opponent that's heavy handed on top of that. So Burchelt, broken dreams. I felt bad, man. I felt bad. I mean, there was a light of hope there for a second for me. There was a light of hope. He was fighting back really hard. What round was it? Give me a second. Yeah, he was fighting back really hard in the fifth round. I mean, I saw remnants of the old Burchelt there, and it looked like he was coming back because he didn't give a fuck. But then them hits started adding up, and he just couldn't take it. And I think his corner made the right decision by calling it where they called it, and they didn't want to risk him getting knocked out again, which is a smart move. I think Burchelt has seen his last glory day. If he continues, that's fine, no problem there. But if he decides to retire, in which I think he should this is okay. This is okay, Burchelt. You were a great boxer, man, and no one's going to take that away from you. These things happen. These things happen, and I don't. Hey, what's up, Carl? Crocodile, Crocodile Hansen, what's up, brother? Get the smoke. What's up, Get the Smoke? How you doing? Burchell popularity was about Tank for the most part. Was about to Tank or was about Tank? Yeah, I don't know if you forgot a word or if you're talking about Tank. But all that being said, uh, that to me, you know, brings on the third part of my opening is brokenhearted. It was sad. It really was sad to see, you know, uh, a great boxer finally realized, and the corner finally realized that he's still suffering from that last loss, and it's sad to see. It breaks anybody's heart. If you're a fan of fighting, if you're a fan of boxing, you know, this is a sad thing to see. So it is a heartbreaking situation to watch something like that. And I didn't want to see it. I wanted to see a good fight, but I don't want to see the fight continue at the cost of someone's life, at the cost of someone's health like that. So, kudos to the corner, to his corner team for stopping the fight. I know, Craig, because he's box talk for sure, because he's only 30, man. Uh, Thoughts on Tim Tszyu? Yeah, I'm going to get to that, man. I'm gonna get to that for sure. I'm gonna cover this weekend's events, and then I'm gonna open the channel for people to come up and talk with me. Uh, Listen, I don't know what the fuck is going on with some of these boxers, but what is with these rabid dog boxers now that are biting people? Two matches yesterday. One on the shoulder. What was his name? Demario. What the fuck, man? We got zombie boxers now. Salute Bruce Gas. Salute Bruce Gas. How you doing, brother? What do we got? Zombie boxers now? What the fuck is going on with that? And how come there's not a disqualification for that bullshit? You get 1 point taken away? Does anybody disagree that that should be a disqualification? Because in my book, you don't know what this is. I don't know if you understand the human mouth has so many fucking germs and bacteria in it. It's really, really dangerous. A human bite is worse than a dog bite. And this is some bullshit going on here. Two boxers yesterday try to rip meat off of fucking. Both boxers drew blood. What kind of bullshit is that? That's going to be something I want to talk about tonight, too. I do want to talk about Tim Tszyu. Listen, Tim Tszyu, in my honest opinion, for his first time fighting in the United States, he wasn't a bad draw. He had a good box office draw there. Number one. Number two, got knocked down in the first round, got up, proceeded to finish that round strong, and control the rest of the fight. I got to give him kudos. Does he have work to do? Yes. He's 21-0. Yes, he has work to do. There's plenty of boxers out there that have the same exact record that have work to do. And I see people overly judging Tim Tszyu because, he wasn't impressive enough. First of all, he's not here to impress you or me. He's here to win matches. And so far, he's won matches. All right? He did good. Does he have work to do? Yes. I believe that he could work on lateral movement. He could work on his jab a little more. He needs to be able to move his head more because his head's too much, in my opinion, too on the line. But for his first time in the United States and against the opponent that he was against, who wasn't a pushover, this was definitely a step-up match for him. He did great. And I'm gonna give him his fucking just due. Kudos to Tim Tszyu. And now he's got a bigger audience, and I think he's gonna make a lot of waves. I really do. I really do think he's gonna make a lot of waves. He just needs to work on some stuff. No big deal. Nothing worse than anybody else. So how about we cut him a little bit of slack? Okay. Yeah, he may be a superstar in Australia, but you know what? I think sometimes United States could be just a little judgmental, just a little. You know, I'm a fight fan. All right. I'm not about USA, USA. You fuck that. I'm too old for that bullshit. Okay, so well, I don't think his jab was that bad, but he could work on his jab. But I do think he needs to work on his lateral movement, and he needs to move his head more. He definitely needs to move his head more. You know, because if he was in the ring, if he did that shit with anybody else, let's say, could you imagine him in the ring with a Jamal? Think about that for a second. All right, Jamal would take full advantage of that. So you can't, you got to work on it. That's it. But I'm not saying he did bad. He did good. So yes, jab is a fundamental element. Yes, it is. All right. Let's move on to let's move on to I want to talk about the Saavedra and wait. Oh yeah, no. I want to talk about some of the prospects last night, man. Let me tell you, and I want to get my bars off. That's what they call it. I want to get my bars off on these prospects. Bradley Jr. This is his third fight that I watched in about a year and a half. This is his third fight that I watched, and this is the third time I see him clean house. Bradley Jr. is a force to be reckoned with. I'm telling you, that guy is good. That guy is good. I'm going to say that about Bradley Jr. God damn it. I forgot how to say this name. It's not Carbajal. Caraballo. God damn it. Jesus Christ. Caraballo did really good last night. I had the round 77, 75. I had him winning out of the 8 rounds. He had 5 rounds. I had it 5 rounds to 3. I thought Caraballo did great. Saavedra was a good opponent. I really think that he has a lot to show, but I'm going to tell you one of the shining stars last night. What's up, Kal-El in the house? The real Man of Steel. I'm going to say this, one of the stars last night. All right. Tiger Johnson. I have been talking about Tiger Johnson for the better part of a year. Me and H Money have been talking about Tiger Johnson. God damn if this motherfucker doesn't perform. Tiger Johnson, what? Yes. I'm all in. I am all in when it comes to Tiger Johnson. And then there's one that I got turned on to last night, yesterday before the fight, and I'm glad I got a chance to see the fight. And Billy, holy fuck, that was that. I'm going to say it right now. That was knockout of the year. That was knockout of the year. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. In Billy's knockout last night, knockout of the year. Argue that point with me. Okay, now that I got all my bars off, this is my aftermath. All right, now that I got my bar. Oh no, I got one more thing to talk about. Finally, it is finally set in stone. Devin Haney versus Kambosos. All right, we will no longer, come June 5th, I will not have to hear about who the fuck is the champion and is this one undisputed. June 5th will be historic because somebody is going to be undisputed. It's either going to be Devin Haney or it's going to be George Kambosos. But one of those two is going to be undisputed, and that question will be mashed. There will be no more fucking discussion about who's undisputed. But I'm going to take it a step further. Devin said that if he wins, that he is not going to accept the franchise belt. He's going to garbage that motherfucker. Let's see if we keep him to. I hope he keeps his word. Get rid of that piece of shit trinket. Anyway, I'm gonna open up the fucking. I'm gonna open it up to you guys coming in. What's up, 150? I'm going to open it up for everyone to come up. If you got something, if you want to talk with me about this, if I get nobody up here for 10 minutes or something like that, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. But this is my aftermath, and we're going to talk about what happened this weekend. I don't want to talk about no goddamn Oscars. Fuck the Oscars. We're talking boxing only. So, anyway, I'm sorry if it seems like I'm so amped up about it, but that's just how I feel, man. Oh, I owe Kal-El something. Wait, let me put this up here. Guys, yeah, I got to put that up there because, it is what it is, and I need to make money whatever way I can. I'm not going to bullshit you. This will help out the channel. If you want to help out the channel, that's where you can go to help out. Bingo, bango. That's simple. Anyway, rolling with the punches. What's up? There's a real G right there. There's somebody that will actually get in the ring. Punches. Hey, what's up, Smoke? How you doing, brother?
Hey, chilling. What's up?
Not much, man. I enjoyed myself this weekend. I was a little brokenhearted. I was excited. I got to see some good prospects. I got to see some good fighters, and I got my heart broken a little bit by Berchelt and the way he went out. But I don't want him to feel down about it. I think he had a great career. I just think it's done right now because he couldn't get over the last fight. And that's how I feel. Well, how do you feel about it?
Right. Oh, right. First off, what's up? And I wish the very best for you and yours, all your and your wife and all that stuff. All the persons and the non-human persons. I mean, all the persons, whether human or not, in your household. I hope they're doing well.
Yeah, I appreciate that. My dogs and my duck appreciate it.
Yeah.
Gervonta Duck Davis is outside right now.
Right. So that's another thing, right? So I mean, that segues kind of nicely into what you're just talking about, right? So I'm not heartbroken or disappointed because I never thought Berchelt was that good. And what I was saying earlier was that his popularity in my mind was mostly about Tank Davis.
Yeah, explain that one to me, please, because I was a little confused there.
Right. So there is a time in this whole thing, like, so you just referenced your duck named Tank Davis. The reason why he got this duck title was really because of two fighters. One was Lomachenko and the other one was Berchelt. If it wasn't for those two guys, nobody would be calling Tank a duck, right? So to me, like, Berchelt, because of that whole, like, because of Tank's popularity and people wanted to see that fight. I mean, it's not like Berchelt was bad, but he was like just better than the competition that Tank was fighting. But anyway, Berchelt's name got attached to Tank ducking. So that to me, that was like why most people were tuning into Berchelt. Not that Berchelt was bad. It's just that it's not like he wasn't fighting these like stellar competitions so that we would care about him. Like, he was having good knockouts and all that stuff. He's not a bad fighter. It's just, his popularity. He was a middling fighter. I don't know. He was an okay fighter. He was decent, but apparently
I get your opinion. I understand. I understand what you're
I'm not saying he sucked or anything. I'm just saying that his popularity was, I think, was far outweighed his actually skills and abilities, and his popularity had to do with Tank not fighting.
Salute to John McSmith. How you doing, brother?
But apparently Tank is gone too.
My thing is this, man. The reason why I felt bad, right, is because when you watch any fighter go through a traumatic knockout like that, like he went through, I mean, because he was knocked smooth out, ended up in a stretcher going to the hospital. They had to give him when anytime something like that happens, you worry. It's another human being. He's a pugilist. He gets up there, he fights. I get it. You put your life on the line. That's the job he chose. I understand that. My problem is, to me, he's still a human being. And I just feel, from one human being that cares about what happens to people around them to another human being, it was sad to see it go down like that. But I'm also happy that his corner was smart enough to see and recognize that he was not able to continue. Because I truly believe he would have still went out there.
Okay, so your thing is not really as a Berchelt fan, it's just more about the contradiction that inherently comes from a person who has compassion for his fellow human being and the sport of boxing, which
Yes.
is about,
Yes.
like definitely hazardous to your health. Whether or not you're a professional, even even
Look,
if you did zero professional fights, you can still wind up being
brawl. I don't have this ugly mug for no reason. Trust me.
Yeah, right. So on that thing, on the compassionate and the milk of human kindness, I'm totally there with you, right? And it's kind of weird as a boxing fan, where like fighter safety is involved, and like when you actually think of these people as human beings versus just objects for your entertainment, and like how that interplay happens. Yeah, I'm with you. I am a fighter safety. I'm a fighter, period, first. Like even before I'm about my own interests, I'm about a fighter's interest, because they seem to be taking the brunt, pun intended, of all of the all the negativity that's involved in boxing. They seem to be taking the brunt of it, and not all of them get to leverage what's great about boxing. Like, so yeah, I'm a fighter guy first. And on that note, I feel you, because when the dude Nakatali, was that his name? Nakatali, whatever dude's name is.
Nakatami?
No, the guy that Berchelt was fighting. Nakatali is anyway.
Nakatali. Nakatali. Yeah, Nakatali.
Anyway,
my wife picked him to win, by the way.
So when he hit him with that right hand, that overhand right, and busted his whole shit up, like, he didn't go down. To his credit, Berchelt didn't go down, but it was over, right? It was over. But when he hit him, I'm just saying what his face looked like after that shot.
Yeah,
I would, like, my heart went out. So I feel you on the whole, like, yeah, like when you're attached, right? When you suffer with somebody, right?
Right.
And yeah, I suffered with him. I suffered with Berchelt last night after that shot. Before that shot, though, I was like, "This is your God. This is your king."
Look, man, I got no vested interest. I'm gonna tell you right now, like, just so I set the record straight. All right, I am a fan of Frank Sanchez. Okay, I am a fan of Tiger Johnson. I am a fan of Bradley. These are new boxers. Don't get me wrong, but I'm a fan of these guys. I'm looking forward to seeing their stars shine. I am a fan of Morrell. I'm a fan of Munguia. Munguia, on the other hand, out of all them, that motherfucker needs to step up, or I'm not going to be a fan. Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, man, I'm off the whole needs to step up bandwagon. Like, there's a whole bunch of shit that, like, my years of being a boxing fan and the kind of boxing fan that I am, that I have just, like, I left in the past. Like, I no longer, boycott fighters, like, because I missed out on Larry Holmes, right? I no longer, bitch about guys needing to step up because I lived through Vladimir Klitschko's reign. Like, right. There's just certain things about boxing that if you are a certain kind of way and you watch it long enough, then you understand there's some other shit going on. That, like, I can appreciate guys coming on the come up, but to me, the true test is once you make it.
Right, but my issue. Listen, I understand about that step up comment, and I totally agree with you. My thing is this: 40 fights. All right, there's no reason. There is no reason to coddle any fighter. I don't think a fighter should be coddled after at least 20 fights. If a fighter's got 20 fights, I don't think there's any coddling needs to be done. You put him in there.
I mean, I hear you, but I also, when I said the Larry Holmes comment, I figured that you'd understand that I also was there for Julio Cesar Chavez, right?
Yeah.
But I saw a dude with 60 fucking fights that I didn't know who the fuck this dude fought. So really, it's just about fighter development, not really about the number of fights. Like, he went into the Pernell Whitaker fight like 87-0. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, anyway, my thing isn't about the number of fights or anything like that. is that once you reach a certain level where you are a complete fighter, which Jaime Munguia is not. Like, I understand that Jaime Munguia is not a complete fighter. So I'm not telling this dude to step up because I think he'll get his ass whooped. So if you're a handler, if you're his manager or something like that, what you're trying to do is get this guy to a place where he can accept all challenges. But he's not there yet. So I'm not going to act like he's there just because he's had a certain number of fights. And then,
but I'm not gonna act like that's not nothing though. I'm gonna say it like it is. He needs to, in my opinion, he needs to be able to fight against opponents that matter.
Or what? If he doesn't, then what?
If he doesn't, then what do we watch? What is he being watched for? Why am I?
Why do we watch Triple G?
I'm watching him because I want to see that fight. But if he doesn't give me the fights I want to see, I'm going to put him at the wayside the way I do with Tank Davis.
Okay, so did you watch Triple G versus Curtis Stevenson?
No, I didn't see that fight. No.
Or how about Dominic Wade?
Yes.
Okay, how about Willie the Worm Monroe?
No.
Right. All right. So it's like that to me. Like, so I watched all those fights, and I wasn't like, Triple G's the best thing or Triple G's the worst thing. I just watch it because I watch boxing, right? I wasn't thinking Triple G needs to step up. He needs to fight somebody, or like fuck Dominic Wade or fuck Willie the Worm. Like, even when Max Kellerman was trying to sell me on people were ducking him, I was just like, I just don't. It's just not a thing that I care necessarily. All right. So what is it? There are guys that get it done, right? There's the guys who fought everybody. Like, if you look at Oscar De La Hoya, win, lose, or draw, he basically fought everybody, right? And that's his lane. I don't expect everybody to be Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya was golden boy, he had his lane that he stayed in. Chris Bird, to me, has a better resume than Vladimir Klitschko. Vladimir Klitschko, to me, never had a step-up fight and is in the Hall of Fame. Chris Bird ain't making it to no damn Hall of Fame, and that dude's fought he fought 3 ATG, 4 fall Hall of Fame, like whatever. Like, that dude's resume when it comes to step-up fights is way better than Vladimir Klitschko. So when it comes to what guys have to do, like I said, I'm a fighter because of what you just said. Like, when it comes to fighter safety, the guys can get hit with a punch and are never the same guy again, right? Because of stuff like that, I am less about. I'm more about what a fighter's self-interest is. And I think most fighters are trying to get into the Hall of Fame and trying to get fortunes. So from a fighter,
how do you get into the Hall of Fame without fighting the best fighters? I mean,
Vladimir Klitschko.
Well, here's my thing. I'm going to be very honest with you. Listen, I'm going to be very honest with you, Smoke.
Yeah.
You do know I was gone away from the fight, from fighting for 20 years, 20 plus years.
All right, now I feel you.
I wasn't there for the entire Klitschko thing. I was
there for that whole thing.
I was not there for that whole thing.
So you missed.
I had left when the roster, the talent was like, we had Roy Jones Jr. We had
I feel you on that one. Yeah.
Okay, so think about it. I only came back to boxing about 1.5 years, 2 years ago.
All right. Okay. So here's the thing. I think guys can, since Vladimir Klitschko, and to a lesser extent, Bernard Hopkins, but you also have Joe Calzaghe in there. Like, the guys who've babysat belts to the Hall of Fame. Right?
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Where they faced someday at the end of the career, once both guys were past it and all this other stuff. Where, if you look at them, examine the both of their career, they were mailing it in and babysitting belts. You still can get to the Hall of Fame doing this. You can still make a fortune doing this thing.
But is that what you want to do? I see that again. I'm glad that I was gone for that, because that would have disgusted me, honestly.
Right. So to me,
but what I see now,
so I don't judge. What I do is I chronicle. I just look at what guys are doing. So it's not, to me, I don't need everybody to be, the Tommy the Hitman Hearns or Sugar Ray Leonard. I appreciate those guys for what they did, but I don't think that, hey, the next guy now needs to do the same thing, right? Is those guys they did what they did. Vladimir did what he did, and I just look at it, without any judgment. I accept these guys for what they're doing and the entertainment that I get from watching fights. That's like kind of my approach to the whole thing. So I
I
don't
think
tear my own hair out.
I think I'm taking a little more of an aggressive stance than you are, and there's nothing wrong. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I'm not judging you for your thing either.
I'm taking a more aggressive stance because I expect more, because I'm from a different age. You and I are about the same age, aren't we?
Yeah, you're 56.
Yes.
You're 5 years older than me.
So we're about the same age. So you understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah, no, I do. I understand. And so here's the thing.
I hold these boxers to a higher standard, and I'm going to continue to hold. If I'm going to be a fan of a particular fighter, I have a standard that they have to hit, and they don't hit that standard, I drop them by the wayside. Now, it bothers me because I feel like one of the things, I feel Tank Davis has the potential to be one of the greatest boxers in history, and what is he doing?
Right.
What
So
is he doing?
so that's the thing about the way that my fandom for a particular boxer works. Like the reason why I'm a fan of a boxer is probably because of his skills, not necessarily the way he moves his career, right? Or I might like something about what he said outside of the ring. Like it might be some other thing, but there's very few boxers that I'm actually a fan of the way that they move their careers. As a matter of fact, I don't think there is a single boxer that I really appreciate the way that they move their career. Like I really love Terrence Crawford. I don't like the way he's conducted his career. I really like Errol Spence. I'm less, but I'm not like a fan of the way that he moves. I'm not necessarily mad about the way he moves either. I'm just like, it's a wash. He does what he's doing.
Let me answer Carlos Mendoza's question. Yes, I do think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer fighter. I do think Triple G is. I like Triple G. I'm actually a fan of all the veteran fighters out there. Him, I am a fan of, and I would love to see him go out on a high note. I would love to see him go out on a high note. To be completely forthcoming with you guys, I would love to see him fight Canelo and get those belts off Canelo, and that would be his closing chapter to his career. I would love to see that for a Triple G. Will it happen? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I could listen. So before I'm even into the like I said, it's all about a fortune in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Triple G, I think, gets in the Hall of Fame, whether he's first ballot or not. It has to do with who he goes up against, right? Thankfully, he's not going up against Pacquiao, right? Or any of these like heavyweights, right? So maybe it just depends on whether he's first ballot. But I do think he gets in. But I think the end of his career was his signing to DAZN, like him getting that big paycheck. That's him going on a high note because he wasn't making money like that. Like it took Canelo for him to make money, and I'm fine with him making a fortune on his way out the door, especially seeing what I saw from his last fight. Like that dude, I think this guy was Polish. Can't even remember. It's like it just seemed like two Europeans. I don't know, dude. I'm
not gonna lie. His last bout, I didn't think looked too impressive.
No, I mean
I do believe he won. Don't get me wrong. I don't think there's any question on who won.
No, right. But I don't think he beats Murata even off that last performance. Right, like if you're just gonna judge him off his last performance, like
yeah, but that's how come I'm looking forward to the Murata fight though, because I want to see how he does.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
If he beats Murata, then depending on how well he beats Murata, right?
So I don't
judge
tell
Triple
me
G. if he has a chance against Canelo.
I don't judge Triple G based on his last fight, like solely on his last fight. I'm just saying if you were to base it solely on his last fight, then you wouldn't pick him to beat Murata. Like I don't think. But what we've seen over a career, he may be able to sum it up because I felt like even though a lot of people thought Derevyanchenko beat him, I thought he beat Derevyanchenko. I thought Derevyanchenko had a good, he had some success and all that stuff, but I thought he beat Derevyanchenko. So I still think he should have enough in the tank. I imagine, I wouldn't be surprised. How about that? I wouldn't be surprised if he had enough in the tank to get past Murata. But as far as like dialing, pulling the clock back to the glory years of like 2017, nah. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Major Key Boxing in the house. Major Key, what's up, brother?
What's up, my brother? My bad. I had
appreciate you coming by, man, and dropping some knowledge here. How you been, man?
Oh, I've been chilling, man. Easy weekend, man. My wifey's a DC comic type of girl, you know what I'm saying? So she took me out to see Batman. You know what I mean? She loved the way that it comic. You know what I mean? Her sister actually is an Instagram like buff when it comes to this stuff. Like she's got like over 30,000 followers just when it comes to comics. So yeah, man, I went to see.
Kudos to her, man.
Yeah, man. And then I got my son a haircut yesterday and just watched all the fights. And then today just been chilling, man, because I go back to work tomorrow, you know?
All right. Hey, 150, how you doing? Welcome to Aftermath. Appreciate you coming up here, brother.
Yo, shout out my guy, Electro Jet. Shout out Major Key. Shout out Get the Smoke. Shout out everyone in the chat, bro.
Shout out to both of you guys, man. Shout out to Get the Smoke and 150 as well.
What's up, people?
So
Major, I appreciate you too for letting me on your stream the other day, man. I wanted to talk to David, but you feel me? It was cool talking with Junior Jones.
Man, like,
it was cool talking. I like Junior Jones and Kevin Kelly. They funny as shit, man. I like them, bro.
No. Yeah, no, the thing is that like when you dealing with somebody that's actually in camp already, you got a certain time limit, and so our shit was a strict 30. He was very, very adamant about being a strict 30. So I was like, all right, I got you at 30. So I actually had him on for like 33. That's why I said that comment at the end. Like, look, man, I don't want him to blame me if he loses 3 minutes of training and some weird shit happens in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because it is what it is.
No, that's it's got to be that way, man. Because that training is important, man. Especially when you know their health is on the line. Speaking of health on the line,
He came in a white tee, bro. He came in a white tee that was scruffy. Didn't even like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell that he was in training. The white tee was scruffy, no jewels on, no watch, nothing, just straight up grimy. Yo, I'm in training, bro. Like, what's good? You know what I'm saying? And that was that.
So what did you think about? I have this episode called Broken Jaw, Broken Heart, and Broken Dreams. All right, that sums up yesterday in my opinion. You know, don't get me wrong, there were good points. Did you have a good day with boxing yesterday? I'm going to you first, Major Keys.
I can't say that I did. When it comes to and Get the Smoke knows about Champ Ross's prediction league, I can't say I had a great day with that. But the main cards though, I did actually favor in the right way. Like I did have Nakadilla knocking out Burchell in the 8th round. That's what I predicted, but he knocked him out earlier than that. All the other fights, the main cards, I literally like missed a knockout by like one round or another. And then the unanimous decision by what's his name early in the day, or Tim Tszyu, I'm sorry. I actually had that as well. I didn't have him doing that. And it actually, like, I'm going to be honest with you, I gave Tim Tszyu way more credit. He actually showed me something in that fight that I feel like now I don't put him so highly against everybody else at 154. I got to say that. If you haven't spoken about that's something that I will talk deep about, but I don't see him being a threat at 154 at all, bro, after that performance. Not with the top-notch contenders, at least.
Yeah, we had touched upon it. Let me get 150's input on how he felt this weekend went. 150, how was this weekend? And then we'll talk about Tim Tszyu after that. But how did you enjoy this boxing weekend?
Yeah, I like the fights, man. I don't have a problem with them. You know, I thought I think I overrated Tim Tszyu a little bit. I thought Tim Tszyu was gonna knock this guy out. You know, Gaethje never been stopped ever in his career. I thought Tim Tszyu was gonna do it. My guy Jed Kyle, he was breaking it down. He said he's seen him in person, you know, and he said he feels like he just never really had world level power. He doesn't hit like his father. His father was a real puncher. We all know that, but yeah, man. Jed Kyle also said he's not a good finisher, and now I see that. Not a good finisher.
150, not to cut you off, because I want you to continue. But Jed Kyle has been saying that for a minute too. He's been saying that shit that he didn't have that confidence in. So shout out to Jed Kyle for giving us that perspective from Australia. But go ahead, continue, bro.
Yeah, because I was watching the fight with him last night. Yeah, he was just breaking it down. you know, and yeah, man, he was saying Tim Tszú's not a good finisher, and I seen that last night. But the dude got a lot of heart. It was weird seeing him get dropped as well. I was not expecting that, you know. But he
And let me
got
let
up.
Brian know because Brian is trying to get on here. Hold on one second. Brian, it says device not connected, my brother. I don't know why it's doing that because I know your shit was working before. See if you could work that out.
Yeah,
'cause I'd love to
Brian
have you up
Harkin
here.
or Brian Harkin or TBH?
No, that's Brian Harkin.
Oh, Brian Harkin's up there in the fucking prediction league, man. I'm gonna have to fucking start calling Brian and shit.
So you
No,
know
he's
you're on panel with a champion of the prediction league. I won the whole thing, baby.
No. Hey, shout out to you, bro. I see you up there all the time getting smoke. I've been. I started a little late.
I think I retired a couple seasons ago. For now, like I just have some other shit in my life that I'm engaged in, so I can't put in the time I was into the prediction league. But I'll be back.
Now,
I can't wait to see because Unrivaled is literally up there too. But there's certain people like Trax. What's his name? Something Trax.
You mean Trey X, Marlo's Corner?
Yeah,
That's Trey X.
Yeah. Him and Nick Harmer. Yeah, they be up there all the time, man.
Nick, I think won one. I'm pretty sure Nick won one. Unrivaled won one.
Trey
Trey
X
X
as well,
definitely
yeah.
won one. Yeah. Okay. You're talking about the champs. You see? Okay. You're talking about the champion circle. Okay. I feel you.
Yeah, man. That's where I'm going at. I'm going at the champions next. but hey,
Yeah,
they're busting my ass right now though. They're busting my ass. I'm not gonna lie.
I want to let 150 to. Oh, there he is. This is Brian. Brian, welcome to the panel. I appreciate you coming to Aftermath, my brother. I want to let 150 finish up what he had to say about Tim Tszú, and then we're gonna because I already said something. And smoke. You talked about Tim Tszú too, right?
Not about Tim Tszú. We were talking about the Burchelt fight.
Okay.
Major Key came in and started talking about Tim Tszú.
So it'll be 150. 150 finishes up. Major Key, then I'll let you go, and then Brian will finish up afterwards. But let's talk about Tim Tszú. So go ahead. Finish up what you were saying there, 150.
Yeah, but like I was saying, it was weird seeing him get dropped. I was not expecting that in the fight. It's kind of weird too because Gaethje didn't step on the gas. He just threw that high guard up, and just getting pummeled the whole fight, and at some point it got boring. I feel like Tim Tszú should have got him out of there, man. At some points in the fight because he hurt him a few times. He caught him with some great hooks. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Tim Tszú's solid, man. I don't think I don't know. He's not world level at the moment. He's not garbage or anything. He still has a lot to learn. He's still young. He's only 27. You know what I'm saying? It was a solid performance, not the best in the world, but I don't think he beats the top guys at 154. I believe he's the Mando for Castaño. He doesn't beat Castaño. That version that came last night against Castaño, he's not going to win that fight. And about Burchelt, man, it's kind of sad seeing Burchelt, what happened to him last night. To me, watching him in the fight since round 1 to all the way till he got stopped, his feet look terrible, bro. He looked like a shot fighter to me. I think that last fight took a lot out of him. I think he's done at this point. He said he wants to fight again. I can see him getting knocked out again or some shit, man. Just the way he was looking. I think he should retire, man. I'm going to be honest. I think that last fight took a lot out of him, bro. And Nakathila shot to Nakathila. I picked Burchelt to win the fight. I didn't think he was going to be shot like that, though. So I got to give Nakathila his credit. He beat Burchelt, and man, that shit was crazy, man. He caught Burchelt, made him spit out his mouth guard and shit.
You know how I take notes, right?
He was taking too much damage.
You know how I take notes right here. Let me. I don't play, man. I take these notes, man.
Yeah, Burchelt didn't win a single round, man. I don't think he won a single round. I mean, he caught
Nakathila
behind the ropes.
I had one round draw.
He caught Nakathila, in the ropes and shit, and he hurt him.
Yeah.
Though. But now y'all go ahead though. That's all I gotta say for now about that.
Major Keys, please.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm glad he brought up Castaño, but I think it goes even deeper than that based on Tszú's performance last night. I think it goes. You got to look at the whole division now. Like you're talking about a bunch of fighters at 154, not just the ones that we recognize as Castaño, Charlo, or even the prospects like Fundora, Joey Spencer, these others. But then like the even the rookies, bro, like a Xander Zayas or people moving up, like if Danny Garcia goes up there or he's up there. I'm sorry, but not just one person. So please don't pick this apart as just one person. I'm just saying like the competition that we're talking about. Virgil Ortiz, you know, all these guys that are going to be at 154 campaigning. Man, Tim Tszyu, he just didn't do it for me yesterday, bro. Like you know, like he really didn't do it. Like for me, like he just showed a bunch of vulnerabilities. If I'm able to call that out for a Puerto Rican fighter like Berlanga last week, I'm gonna call it out for Tim Tszyu this week. I'm just saying, like I don't see it. I just don't see it.
All right, well, get the smoke. It's on you, and then Brian will clean it up.
Yeah. So, first off, I don't think that a guy with no jab is actually ever going to be elite in any division, right? Like I think that Jeff Horn basically lucked up against the Pacquiao fight, but basically a guy with no jab, I can't get behind that. And besides having no jab, which is like a really basic of boxing, it's like one of the first things you just teach. Besides that, he has no head movement. His feet, I don't even think can be fixed at all. I think they can be improved, but not fixed. Yeah, I don't like. I was on somebody else. Like somebody else was telling me how Tim Tszyu after that performance, they only think, and somebody I respect too, they only think that Charlo beats him. For me, I think everybody that beat Gausha beats Tim Tszyu. I think Lara beats Tim Tszyu. I think Lubin beats Tim Tszyu. I think Fandor is probably a good fight because they both throw a ton of shots and don't give a damn about defense. But yeah, I mean that would be like a pretty good. That'd be a pretty good fight, but I still would pick Fandora. Maybe J-Rock, but I don't. Does he hit hard enough to bother J-Rock to make him put him out of his game? Does he beat Tony Harrison? I don't know. I didn't see him as a top guy from last night. But all that being said, it's not like they can't match him up strong and fix these holes, right? Like I feel like maybe in a year and a half, he can work out this stuff and be a better fighter if he gets with some training. Like he came to America, so he's going to get the sparring in, but I think he might need a new trainer to help him out with upper body movement, head movement, and at least throw a jab. Like forget like having a great jab. Forget about like even having a good jab, but just having one to speak of, right? That you don't just walk in head first. Like not everybody's going to be stationary and not throw.
Okay, come on, man. Listen, I gotta get. He threw a few jabs. Come on. He did.
Okay. All right. So if you have a guy who is a breathing heavy bag, that all that dude's gonna do is stand there and put his hands up and let you pummel him. He's not gonna move out of the way. He's not gonna do anything. Just stand there, right? Sure, you can throw a cut, maybe, and even then he wasn't throwing jabs. Like I don't know, man. Like I have zero faith in any fighter who doesn't have the basic fundamental punch of a jab. Like I just can't get behind that. Like there's no way I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, let's put this guy up against elite fighters. Like what for what? I've never seen that work out well. So why would I start with Tim Tszyu?
I feel you. I can't argue your perspective. Brian, why don't you clean it up on this, and I'll give you my last thoughts on the Tim Tszyu.
Quite simple. I thought he was slow to get into spaces yesterday against a stationary target. With the footwork, no upper body movement, no head movement. I wouldn't say a non-existent jab. He threw more in Berlanga. You know, it's let's get it right. I think with him, it's not I've seen him with better head movement. I've seen him use better jab, right? From past experiences. My thing with him was last night, he just neglected to use the jab because it was a stationary target. He thought he could get away with. Against someone who, you know, he'll move around the ring a little bit more. I think he will. I think he will utilize the jab, but for me, it's something that has to be basic in every fight. Because good habits rule in the boxer, and bad habits rule in the boxer. And if you start using bad habits in the ring, they catch up with you. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, let me say what's up. Well, first of all, Tony Boswell, I know you've been in here, brother. You are a true fucking brother to me, and yes, I did see you come in, brother. So salute to you, and stop calling me out when I don't pay attention to the chat. That's not cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brian.
No. Right. I just think the bad habits will catch up with him. I don't think he beats any of the top guys at this point in time. I do think he needs a lot more seasoning. I think he needs at some point to go through a war. I think we need to see him go through a war to see what he has, because he's there to be hit. He was open for the right hand all night, and if he was in against a better opponent that could have exploited that there, he could have got caught all night. And he was just open for the right hand. So I think there's a lot of work to do with him. There is a lot of work to do with him. He's a strong kid. He's not knockout strong. He's not one punch knockout strong, but he's a strong kid, right? I just think he needs someone to simplify his game for him. He has to learn to cut off the ring a little bit better and better upper body movement. He gets those things all right. He can improve, but at the world level, I don't think he is. I don't think he will be a world champion.
All right, fair enough. I don't know. I don't know if you guys heard my comments earlier on the Tim Tszyu fight, but I do. Look, this is how I look at it. For his first time in the United States, I'm giving him kudos. All right, he did a good job. Not a great job, not a spectacular job, but he did a good job for his first time in the United States, under the gun, under the pressure, coming from Australia, where he's this like demigod almost. But for his first fight in the States, I don't think he did bad. Yes, I understand the holes that were in his game. I don't like the fact that I didn't like his head game at all. Where his head was at, he needs to move laterally. I wasn't so upset with the lack of. I wasn't so upset with the lack of jabs. Although you're right, Brian, he did throw more jabs than Berlanga. I wasn't so.
That wouldn't be hard. That wouldn't be hard.
I had notes down on the fight, and the reason there were lack of jabs is because I don't know if you guys noticed this, but he was beating Gausha to the punch every time.
Wait, what are we beating him to the punch?
No, I mean every time Gausha even fucking flinched. Tim Tszyu was already in trying to hit him, which is why he had that high guard up most of the time, because he was busy receiving shots. He didn't have to waste so many jabs. Not that a jab is a waste. That's, like I said, I understand the jab is a fundamental part of boxing, but he was busy utilizing other tools. Does he have problems? Yes. Is he ready for the competition that's here in the United States at 154? No. But can he improve? I think he has a great chance of improving. And I have to agree with you guys. He should get another trainer. And maybe not a new trainer, but an additional trainer to help him out with the holes that he has in his game. That's how I feel about it.
Now, real quick with the. Now I understand you guys. There's guys at 54 they definitely can beat him. Not only Castaño. I just brought up Castaño because that's his mandatory. Those other fights, I don't know if they'll happen or not. But there's a few guys that'll beat him for sure. I don't think that's Castaño the only one that'll beat him.
Yeah, I'm not sold on Fundora is the tall guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'm not
Isn't he like almost 6 foot?
No,
Yeah,
he's
bro,
over
I'm
6
not
foot. He's like
sold on
6'6".
I'm not.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
like
that's
6'5".
that guy. Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm not sold. He's too easily hit for me. I'm not sold. I think once he comes up against the puncher, he's getting knocked out.
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. I feel like of the top guys that are being mentioned right now, Fundora is Tim Zoo's best shot because he gives up his
I
height.
agree with that.
Because he gives up his height,
Yeah.
and he just has this Paul Williams like feel to him. That
Yeah.
like he gets hit real clean a whole bunch, but he doesn't really go down. But that means that your career is not going to be very long. So it's just a matter of time before we see.
And when I was running down the list, Smoke, that's exactly why I said, please don't hold me to one, like, specific person, because I know that, you can make a case for each individual fighter. But shit, there's a long list of people that are at least 50-50 with Tim Tszyu, and I even brought up the prospects, right?
I'm just saying that all the other names up there, like Fundora is a name that's being mentioned as like a highly touted, challenger kind of thing. I think that Tim Tszyu could have a pretty good time with that, and that's like kind of a 50-50. But everybody else,
Tim Tszyu gives up his height.
I don't think he beats Tony Harrison. I don't even think that much about Tony Harrison. I don't think Tim Tszyu beats him.
So Tony Harrison is a good fundamental fighter. You see, where Fundora has a lack of skill there because he gives up his height. You know what I mean? And he likes to be an inside fighter when he should be an outside fighter, right?
Yeah, and also his defense. And his defense is just as bad as Tim Tszyu, right?
Yep.
And he doesn't hit as hard, I don't think, as Tim Tszyu does. But I also am now not really that impressed with Tim Tszyu's power, right? And that was the other thing. Like so what I'm impressed by Tim Tszyu is I think he has a pretty good shot selection, not necessarily like off the rip, but he does figure it out, and he's got pretty good, decent hand speed, but he throws a lot of punches. He's got like what is great about Tim Tszyu is his hands and his heart, right? He's got decent hands. He throws a lot of shots. He's got good hand speed, and he varies up his combinations, and that's cool. And if you hurt him, the more you hurt him, the more he wants to fight. So that's also a really good characteristic. However,
I agree with that.
However, that what you were saying that he didn't utilize his jab because he didn't have to, you always have to. The reason why the reason why it went 12 was because of a lack of jab. If you don't do,
wasn't making excuses for him, right?
No, I understand. You're just saying that he uses it more, and he didn't necessarily need to use it in this particular thing to get the W. And I feel that. I feel because of the way that Gausha fought, the jab wasn't necessarily it wasn't necessarily needed in order to get the result, right? But
from personal experience, I'm telling you,
what's up, Slide Tendency? What's up? How you doing, brother?
But what Brian said before you even give me your personal experience, I agree with what you were talking about bad habits. But beyond even the bad habits, it's about having great habits, right? If you're going to be
I said that. I said good habits carry over, bad habits carry over.
I know, but there's a thing. But what you didn't say is what great habits, what that gives you. Once you develop great habits, you can start talking about greatness, right?
Yeah, but I said that. I said that, Smoke. I said good habits carry over and bad habits carry over.
All right, cool. Yeah, great.
Right?
Awesome.
Right?
Awesome. So, and I agree with what you're saying about the habits. What I don't necessarily agree with is that Berlanga should be a measuring stick, a standard about whether or not a jab is existing or not. Right. So
no. I'm just saying. Right, if you're more jabs than Berlanga.
I hear you. But both of those guys both of those guys inhabit the non-existent jab in my mind.
Let me tell this to the chat real quick.
Yeah,
Listen, somebody wanted my email. I threw my email there, but I'm going to pull it down in a second. But if you need my email to contact me, it's right there. It's jorge.bogd@hotmail.com, and I'm going to pull it down. I'm going to pull it down in just 3, 2, 1. Okay.
And on that note, hey Brian, will you put your email in the in backstage? So I want to put you into Hangouts. But anyway, that's a different thing. If you put your email in there,
I'm not really on Hangouts, but okay.
Say again?
I'm not really on Hangouts, but
yeah, I mean, whatever. Not a lot of people aren't, but there's some interesting stuff over there. So I will, there
it is. Well, I'm right. I'm saying here with the right. I'm telling you, right, from personal experience, the best point.
God,
he was telling. You
God,
just
I
kicked
hate
him
when
out.
that happens, man.
Did you just kick him off, Electro?
No,
Oh, that's him.
no.
Okay,
Hell no, man.
that's him.
I
That's
ain't
him.
got
All right.
no trigger finger like that.
Okay, no, I'm
I
just saying,
know.
like, I wasn't sure if you made a mistake or if he made a mistake. Somebody made a
I
mistake.
hate when that happens because I notice when people are on phones, they cut out all of a sudden out of nowhere. I know he'll be back, man. But
Yeah, my thing is this. Like, if you're going to start talking about the higher levels of competition, then you need to not have these kinds of holes against the guys that are at the 154. That's it. Like, the guys up there are pretty well-rounded fighters. You can turn them into like ordinary fighters, but they're all well-rounded. Like, if you hit J-Rock on the chin, he's a different guy, right?
Yeah.
But you gotta make that thing happen. And I'm not sure that I've seen the adjustments in Tim
there go Jay right there.
right there now.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've seen the adjustments from Tim Tszyu that would make me think he could be like a top 5 154. But Brian is going to tell us about his personal experience.
No, I'm just saying from personal experience, right? To break down a high guard, jab is the best weapon, right?
Right.
From personal experience, because it sets up.
Correct.
I fought so many guys who had high guards.
So, Brian, I didn't even want to go there with it, right? So, like, your kinetic chain and how you generate power with the guy who's not paping, you touch the gloves, and then you can come around with even generating more power with a hook to the body or something.
Yeah.
Like, anyway,
right.
There's all kinds of things, right? I wasn't trying to get into the technical part of it, but yeah, like, you even in that particular situation, a jab would have increased his success. Maybe Gausha would have been able to withstand it.
A jab's a very good way of splitting the guard. Because it is down the middle, right? And he's worrying about what punch comes after the jab. It's a very good way of splitting the guard, right? A jab can set up a lot of punching, can set up an uppercut, hook to the body, rip to the head, right? Done correctly, useful jab, especially somebody who's sitting on the ropes and they got a high guard and they're trying to counter you with one specific punch. Jab is the best way to get through it.
Well, not only that, it would have set up the fact that the dude kept going around the guard, that looping punch he was throwing around the guard. A straight jab up the middle would have helped that punch. It would have made that punch way more effective, right?
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing of it. Like, they're like, I'm not
going to hold on. I got to go. But, all right, hold on. If you're in the middle of throwing a combination and you're doing your lead shot, all right, whether you're lefty or righty, if your lead shot is going to be a hook to the head and you're coming to the body and back up to the head, the jab is unnecessary. Just say it.
No, the thing is, your first shot should be the jab. So then you come around the side. So here's the thing.
If you're leading off, because many boxers do this. Many boxers do it. If they're going to lead off with combinations, the jab is not necessary. Yes, they utilize the jab throughout the fight. I get it.
No, I'm saying that even when you start off with a combination, even if you're leading with the combination, leading with your first punch in that combination being a jab. It has it has a better effect, especially if a guy is just in a high guard and waiting for and just taking fire. Like, but beyond all I'm saying really is that in the fight that I saw last night, a jab would have it would have made the punches that Tim Tszyu made through actually more effective. And we might have gotten an end of what I thought was a pretty boring fight because there was no variation to it.
Yeah, jab is the best way of fighting Big Brother. That's.
And
I'm not taking away from the jab.
Can I just jump in real quick because I'm a bounce. I really just have a statement, because I really wanted to ask all of you guys, but we've been chopping it up pretty good about this subject, so I didn't want to jump in and interrupt and stuff. But I do have to bounce. So I'm just gonna say a last comment. I just want people to know that Michel Rivera, a lot of people started questioning him yesterday. Keep in mind that whoever questioned him doesn't know how good Joseph Adorno was. You know what I mean? So if you don't know how good Joseph Adorno is, then that's one thing. But that was a pretty good fight to be set up. And Michel Rivera was sticking out the jab, like we were talking about with Tim Tszyu lacked, right? Sticking the jab, and just keeping to the game plan. Like you're supposed to do at that age. And Michel Rivera looked really good. Now, Joseph has a little brother the Dono brothers is Jeremy. Jeremy's better than him, more potential, but Joseph is no slack neither. You know what I mean?
Right.
So just wanted to, he's not an A-level fighter, but he's
Are you
legitimate.
giving us a heads up on him? You giving us a heads up?
No. I'm just saying. For not for Joseph Adorno. You know what I'm saying? But for this dude, man, I'm thinking about Elvis for some reason. It's not Elvis. Michelle Rivera.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah,
Michelle Rivera. He's definitely good, man. Because Joseph is no slouch. Is all I'm trying to say. Like he beat Joseph, but just because Joseph lasted, like they try to make it look like, he got exposed. He's not like I heard a couple people say that. I'm like, damn, like you really think that, bro? Like you know what I'm saying? Like he's still just growing, and he fought Dorno, another legitimate dude.
Before you go, I got a question. I want you to answer it first, Major Keys, because I just needed your input. What did you think about that in Billy knockout?
Billy, I was off by 1 round. Champ Ross, shout out to you in the chat. I see Champ Ross in the chat. Everybody needs to subscribe to that prediction league, man. And I literally was 1 round off on like 3 or 4 fights, and Champ Ross can stamp that. He's the one that takes record of it. I was literally like 1 round off on like 4 fights. Like literally, like the dude got knocked out in round 6, and I call round 5, or the dude got knocked out in round 6, and I call round 8. And it was like just crazy shit. I was off by like 1 round for like 4 different fights yesterday.
I know everybody's got that. I know that everyone's got the fight from a couple weeks ago through the ropes and everything, but that knockout that I saw yesterday from Billy, right now, that just went to the top of my list for knockout of the year. That was fucking insane.
Yep.
Yeah, man. All right, peace out, y'all.
All right, later. All right,
Okay,
thank
Major
you.
Keys.
Shout out to Major Keys for coming up here on the panel. Thank you, Major Keys. I appreciate that. And guys, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000. I want to hit 1,000 by the end of this goddamn month. It's so goddamn close. So close. Please help me get to 1,000. Anyway, but please hit the like and subscribe. All that being said, I wanted to go into next the Martinez Worthington. Goddamn, I can't even say his name right.
Nico Martinez Warrington. Yeah.
I want to say Worthington for some reason, but Warrington fight. Okay, first of all, who else other than myself predicted that Martinez was going to lose? Did you guys have him losing?
Yeah.
I knew he was going to lose, but in the prediction league, I want Nico Martinez.
I didn't think it was going to be established.
I ain't gonna lie. I think I picked Martinez in that, but really I knew Warrington was gonna win. I just hope in one punch keep that run going. Because I've always liked Kiko Martinez. I ain't gonna lie. I was at the Bernard Dunn Kiko Martinez fight where he destroyed Bernard Dunn in a few rounds, and ever since then, I've always liked him. So
but this is not that same Martinez, though.
No, I know it's not the same Martinez, but I got a soft spot for the guy, so I was going like, what I mean?
I know, I get it.
Sorry. Male pattern baldness does not engender me picking you to win a fight. Like that never is going to be the thing. Like if I see that you got the George Jefferson happening, like it's not. I'm not picking you to win fights, dude.
No. You're getting muted. Let me tell you something. You see my hair? All right.
Me too, man.
Like, listen, you got the gray Viking beard. Bro. Like, stop it. I feel like if it's a knife fight or some shit like that, like maybe.
Did you see that thing I sent to you, Neto Jet?
Yes, I did, man. You saw the response I gave you, right?
No, the martial arts one.
Oh no, I didn't see that one yet. No, don't tell me about it. Let me see it first. You've been sending me some crazy shit, man.
I picked Warrington. I didn't think it was gonna be a stoppage though. I thought it was gonna be UD all the way, but you end up stopping Kiko. I was complaining about that fight for the longest because feel like Lara should have got that shot, and not
I
only
agree with
Lara,
you. I agree with
not
you.
only
I get
Lara.
that.
If Lara couldn't get it, let someone else get it. Navarrete, Luis Alberto Lopez, like these guys won titles too.
But here's
You
the
know?
good thing, though. Here's the good thing. He's
Is
not gonna have-
Navarrete at 126?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He
126.
moved
Yeah,
up. All right.
But look, listen. Here's the good
no, he
thing.
been at 26. He has a WBO.
Warrington is not going to have
I
that. But
haven't
he's
known
going to
from
lose the belt
122.
in his
Been
next
missing
fight.
it.
You know this, right?
What?
It depends what smoke.
No,
they
it
get to
doesn't.
fight him.
I'm predicting it right now. He's losing the belt on the next
Yeah,
fight.
I'm just saying. It
Who are we
depends
talking
what
about?
smoke.
Or Warrington.
Oh, yeah.
It depends who he
Depends.
fights. Though. It depends who he fights.
It depends what smoke. You know, they get to fight him. That's you know what I mean. It just depends who he
So-
fights next.
If you keep
Josh
coughing,
Warrington,
Brian,
I
I'm
was-
going to send you a can of oxygen, man. Come on.
So yeah, like
Mhm,
Warrington, I was very impressed with that guy during the Lee Selby fight, and ever since that Lee Selby fight, I've been kind of disappointed with Josh Warrington. Like not just kind of, but really a lot of disappointment. Like I think the guy's a duck for the most part, but beyond being a duck, I think he's a dirty fighter and a duck. I'm not mad at necessarily dirty fighting in general. Because you're supposed to do something to discourage a guy from being dirty. Be dirty back. And
Yeah.
Kiko Martinez was just like he took it like a veteran. He didn't really have a lot for Josh Warrington. But even still, like all the
Broke his
shouldering.
jaw.
Can I just say that referee was atrocious?
Yeah, I'm saying like
referee
it just
was-
like all the cuts, all the shouldering and elbows. Like
Yeah.
most of the shots that Josh Warrington was able to land was set up by a shoulder. Was set up
And at the beginning,
either
yeah.
by a shoulder or an elbow.
And at the beginning of every round, stopping the clock, you know, to take Vaseline off and again, and that referee was terrible. Just let them get
Yeah.
on with.
You know,
know,
I had
Warrington's a dirty-ass fighter, man.
round 4 as a draw for that bullshit. You know that? I had
Warrington's
round 4 as a draw for that bullshit, and it was the ref's fault.
Yeah, he's a dirty ass fighter, man. You know,
I don't mind that. I don't
Against the
mind.
rematch in Lara, that fight got ended due to headbutts and cuts and shit. He's a dirty ass fighter, man.
Oh no,
I
my man! Listen, like he threw a 3-punch combination in which one of the punches was a headbutt, right? Like it's just kind of a thing where, and there's an art to it. There's an art to hitting a guy with a punch, hitting him with a headbutt, and then hitting him with another punch. So it's like it's smothered in there, like a headbutt sandwich, right? Like I'm not necessarily mad. Like you're supposed to do something about that. At the same time, it's like when it comes down to like the overall like impression that I get from Josh Warrington, I feel like he bullies subpar fighters, and then he doesn't fight guys who are actually threats to him.
Before the fight was stopped, I got a question to ask you. Did you guys know that his jaw was broken? That Warrington's jaw was broken? Because I thought he was heavy breathing.
His jaw was broken.
I saw his jaw hanging a couple of points, you know, but I didn't think it was. I thought maybe it might have been locked, but not broken.
Yeah, no, his jaw was broken.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, I have the on my screen. Let me just show it to you.
There's broken jaws and there's broken jaws. Like he wasn't Victor Ortiz in there. Like it's the thing. Like I mean, let's not just say broken jaw and like it's all the same thing.
That's the broken
there's
jaw. Right there.
Yeah, that shit broken. Yeah,
that's a broken jaw.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if you have to get an angle for it and all that stuff, I'm just saying that, like, the dude's mouth, he was able to open it and he was able to speak. Like, you know, I don't know. Anyway, well, it is what it is. I'm not saying he didn't have it broken. I'm not saying that his jaw wasn't broken. I'm just saying that we've seen worse broken jaws from guys who stayed fighting and also guys who stopped fighting.
Right. No, I get it. No, I get it. Because I thought, holy shit, is he getting tired? What the fuck is going on? Why is he breathing through his mouth? You know, and then find out later, oh shit, his shit was broken. Okay, I get it. And I'd like to know exactly what shot it was that did that, because that must have been a hell of a whack, man. Seriously.
Yeah. I can't believe Paulie was in a fight with someone that had a broken jaw.
Yeah.
All right, so
I mean, you know, this famous case, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier. You could see that dude's whole head was swollen.
Oh yeah,
Speak and all that other stuff, right?
Yep.
It's kind of like it wasn't like that. And he's still like that was 15 rounds of fighting, and it was broken in the second round.
Yeah, polymyelitis.
So let's move on to this is going to be my favorite segment because I am so fucking pissed. And I really want your guys' input. And we're going to start off with Brian. Since Brian, you did some boxing. All right. What the fuck is up with these rabid dog boxers that are, I think they think they're fucking undead or something. What's with all the fucking biting? We had 2 fights yesterday where they bit so hard they drew blood. What the fuck is up with that? And number 2, why isn't that a disqualification? Brian?
Well, it should be a disqualification. For one thing, I don't know why they're turning animalistic. I just think maybe the injection, the jabs or something has turned them into vampires or werewolves or something. I don't know.
Really? You had to go there? Hold on, let me put a disclaimer. Let me put a disclaimer. Okay, the opinions of each and every one of these panel members are not that the opinion of the streamer himself, which is me, Electro Jet. Please continue.
No, I was just joking with that. But I don't know why people are biting.
What's up, OD in the house?
I don't know.
I think, hey, what's up, man? I think fans need to actually look at themselves in the mirror and figure out what they want. On the one hand, they're saying that boxers are complacent. On the other hand, they get mad when fighters show that they're hungry. By the way, Cash Ali was disqualified.
Well, no, nothing wrong with a bit of hunger. I like a snack. I like a snack myself once in a while, but
God damn, really hunger? Wow. Okay, smoke got me with that one. I'm sorry.
Maybe they're on some new drugs and something, and it's just making them hungry during fights or something. I don't know. Right? I've never been in a situation where someone bit me, or I bit them, or I knew someone that got bit, or you know what I mean, or they bit somebody. I've never been in that situation. I pretty much
Marcus looked like he wanted to beat the when what was his name? DeMario? When DeMario bit Vargas on the fucking shoulder?
Yep.
All right. Vargas got pissed, man.
Yep.
I felt like he wanted to take the gloves off and knuckle bust him for sure, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
he got disqualified. Wood.
No, he didn't get disqualified. He got 1 point taken off.
I don't know. Listen. Cash Ali got totally disqualified when he bit Pulev. But listen. I remember when Holyfield and Mike Tyson happened, right? And everybody was aghast. They were all shocked. Everybody was clutching their pearls. They're like holding their mouths because Mike Tyson bit Evander Holyfield's ear. But if you notice the Holyfield versus, if you noticed the Tyson versus Charlo interview the other day, but Mike Tyson was bragging about the fact that he bit him, and nobody cares about that. Everybody, the entire headline was Charlo says that he's waiting for Canelo, or thinks Benavidez is like not like low risk, high reward or something, whatever. He's not worth the risk. Some other kind of shit. Nobody gives a damn that a guy who used to be ridiculed for biting is now bragging about biting, and it ain't a thing. Like instead of getting disqualified, now you get a point taken away. I guess biting is going to be the new thing.
I'm gonna tell you straight up, Tyson gets a pass from me just because he's Tyson. Sorry.
Evander got a piece of his ear gone for the rest of his life. He was like literally made.
He was getting irritated. He was getting hit by Holyfield's head a lot.
I'm saying. Listen, I understand the irritation, but he was also getting irritated that those combinations weren't having no effect on Holyfield. Like I understand the frustration, right? I get like why a guy would bite another guy. The point is the reaction from fans is totally different. The reaction from the referee is totally different. And what for? Like, are we going to start having like biting contests?
It's like
I got
it's,
it.
it's
Yeah,
like
man.
that. It's like that soccer player from Uruguay. That motherfucker was biting.
Yeah, I remember
people
that dude. Yeah, he got totally thrown out. The Mexican dude.
No, it was from Uruguay.
I want.
Oh, sorry, I remember he's
I want to
Latino.
let the.
Uruguay, you're talking about Luis Suarez.
Yeah,
I
Luis
remember
Suarez.
he's
Yeah.
Latino. Was it
Yeah.
against Mexico?
No, he was playing against Italy. He was playing
Italy,
against
yeah.
Italy.
It was against the Italians. The Mexicans were just like good that year or something. I remember Mexico had
Yeah.
something to do with that World Cup.
Yeah, Chiellini. Yeah,
I
with
want.
the-
I
with
want to
Don
let. I
Chiellini.
want to. I want to let. I want to
was-
let OD get his bars off, but first, I want to acknowledge this fucking comment, especially after fucking Smokes comment. Where did it go? Hold on a second. Why? Oh yeah, look. What the fuck is wrong with my chat? Nothing wrong with some flesh beef jerky.
Nah, hell nah, man. Bro, I got no respect for fighters
Bro.
biting fighters.
Hey,
Man.
150. What's that 150?
You got a
Yo,
jerky.
what's
You know how
good,
long
OD?
it takes to make a jerky? Like, listen, like Holyfield's ear, the missing piece of his ear is probably jerky by the now. But like, you can't, like that wasn't jerky. That was fresh. But like the cow was still moving. Like what the
That
fuck?
was
Yeah,
some
he
Walking
was.
Dead shit, man. That was
Here.
seriously some Walking
Here,
Dead shit.
Yeah, for
Here,
real, bro.
here, Electrojet. I know, right? When you see a bunch of lions hunting down a hyena, I know, or not a hyena, but a deer. I know you get a hard on when they clap. And I know you do when they clap and the teeth and spit. So I do. Don't you sit here and tell me.
Okay, 150. All right. The biting. All right. What did you think about the biting? Should there or shouldn't there be disqualification for it?
Yeah,
Because
I feel like
1 point
fighters.
is not enough, in my opinion.
I feel like fighters should get disqualified for biting, man. Like that shit's kind of weird to me. I don't respect that at all. You know, even if it was Mike Tyson, even if it doesn't matter who it is, man, you shouldn't bite another man, bro. That's crazy. You got on
No,
gloves.
Mike
for a
Tyson got
reason.
this. He
Use
didn't
your
just
hand.
get DQ'd. He got suspended. He couldn't fight for a
Yep.
couple years.
Yep.
Yeah, Mike Tyson couldn't fight for a very long time.
Like,
And then when he came back, when he did that interview, I just want to kill that motherfucker. When he
Yeah,
did that
man.
interview,
Here, the best one was the thing. Apparently, bit Lewis's leg. Remember during that press conference, apparently tried to bite off Lewis's leg.
listen, I mean,
oh
there's several
yeah,
reasons
I
why
remember about that shit. When he was trying to bite Lennox Lewis' fucking feet, like he was
Yeah.
saying, somebody's biting my leg, and I picked up his head. It was Mike Tyson biting my leg. Yeah, I remember that fucking video.
And listen, I admire boxers because they display a whole bunch of like characteristics that I don't possess, right? So I can admire their thing. Like if a guy is headbutting the hell out of me and I hit him with everything but the kitchen sink and he's just asking for more, somebody like me, I might have a pistol stashed under the ring. Like I might do something else. Like there's a reason why it's all good. Like that dude just bit somebody. Somebody might have had to lose their life that night fucking with me. So
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Like the dude, Josue Vargas, you know, his opponent bit him on the shoulder. That shit was just hella weird to me, bro. I'm like, what the fuck?
The
I'm not
other one
sorry,
was worse,
bro.
man. The other one was worse. I can't even remember the boxers' names, but
I
one
didn't
got
even
bit
know.
on the
I didn't even
chest.
know they got bit twice. Someone else got bit too.
Someone else
Yeah,
got bit
what?
yesterday on the chest.
I only
I-
seen
I-
Josue Vargas get bit.
No,
Yo.
no.
You got to admit these young fighters, they are hungry today. You know? Somebody give them a sandwich
Yeah, you better-
before they step into
They
the
need
ring.
to take they need to have a salad before they go in the ring. Then, man. Yes, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you.
Listen.
What's up? What's up, Coach Malachi? How you doing, brother?
So let me ask you this: which one is
Love
worse?
the coach.
Is it worse to like bite somebody during the course of a fight, or just stand on the ropes and then not actually enter the ropes and then walk back in your Jordans back to the dressing room? Like, which one's
I'm
worse?
gonna worry about hungry boxers, man. I'm just gonna hear. First of all, I don't think I'm gonna shake another boxer's hand ever, because I did get to shake Johnny Tapia's hand when he was hungry, but he didn't try to bite me. Okay, so just saying.
How do we know that? How do we know that, EJ?
And I'm basically an all-you-can-eat buffet, man. Come on. So no, I'm gonna have to say my opinion is that's a disqualification in that fight. That's an automatic loss.
It should be a
OD,
DQ.
what do you think? What do you think, OD?
Man, if you buy some other fighter, bro, you got to DQ them, bro.
Yeah.
There's no
It's a
hesitation.
suspension. It's not just
It's
DQ. It's a
suspension.
suspension
Yeah,
and
suspension
DQ.
too, and a suspension too, like a year, a suspension too. Yeah, I agree with Smoke right there. You have to do all that crap, but that's some bullshit, bro. You know what the guy? You know what that guy got in his teeth too.
Yeah,
You know?
you do
Exactly.
know that the human mouth has
Yeah,
more germs and
Yeah, we know
bacteria
exactly
in
what
it.
got his mouth. The cooties. Not only
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
it's just
bro.
that you're not supposed
That's
to
what
do
I'm
this
saying. You
bodybuilding.
gotta-
we're not
It's not like
kindergarten no more,
Nathan's
dog.
hot dog eating
Yeah, bro.
championship. Like, get the
It's
fuck
the
out of here.
fucking, it's a fucking fine spitting on people and shit. Like,
Yeah.
bro, that shit crazy, bro. That shit
Yeah.
not right. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, they should DQ him, suspend him, whatever, do what they gotta do. Taking a point is not enough. That shows me that motherfucker's allowed to buy in another opponent again, you know, when they doing shit
Yeah.
like that.
In that fight. In that fight, you know how many times you get to get a point taken before you're disqualified? He could have bit that dude again.
Yeah, he could have. He
Yeah,
could have
but-
got away with biting him again.
Exactly, Smoke. He could have, and that's sad, bro.
All right, so let's talk about prospects, please. I want to get into these prospects because we had a bunch of prospects fighting yesterday, and these prospects look good. I for one, and I think 150 knows about this. I've been bragging about Tiger Johnson now for the past year. Me and H Money have been talking about Tiger Johnson. He did not fail to entertain, and dude did his job. What do you guys think? What was your, as far as prospects last night? What do you guys? I'm going to start off with OD. As far as prospects last night, who was your favorite prospect? What fight did you think was the best of all the prospects last night?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I didn't watch the fight yesterday, bro.
Ah,
Like I went to barbecue with my cousin, bro. I was like,
oh, that's okay, man. Don't worry about it. That's okay, man. I thought
yeah,
you
but
might
for
have
Tiger
caught one or
Johnson,
two.
bro, I like Tiger Johnson. I saw his highlights. You know, that kid got charisma. You know, he's hungry. He's gonna be something special, bro.
Yeah, but he's not hungry enough to bite. Thank goodness, so far. He's
Uh-huh.
not hungry enough to bite.
Now, for the problem, he's gonna be ready. You know, little by little. You know, we cannot overhype these fighters, bro. We have to see later on. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah, like
But as
he's
far as
doing
prospects,
good.
I think he's good.
He's doing his good thing. You know, but we cannot overhype these fighters right now. Let's see in the near future when they go to the 8 rounds and 10 rounds. You know, right now how they do what they do in 4-6 rounds right now. 4-6.
Yeah,
it
they
was
do
a 6-round
4-6.
fight. It
If
was a
they're
6
on the fast track, if they're on the fast track, they go straight to 6.
Yeah.
You know.
So we just wait to see what happens. But that kid got some potential future if he just stays active and like do good in his craft. He can be somebody special in the near future.
All righty. Okay. OD 150 prospects last night. First of all, did you watch any of the prospects fight last night?
I seen Tiger Johnson, but that's really it. I seen Michelle Rivera fight too as well, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Michelle Rivera. I forgot
Yeah.
about him too.
he's a I guess he's probably a contender at this point, to be honest. But yeah, Tiger
I think
Johnson
he's a bit of a
solid. Man.
contender. I think, you know.
Yeah, Tiger Johnson's solid, man. Like, I agree with OD. We can't hype him up right now. His opponents are kind of trash, but yeah, he's solid, man. He's got some good qualities, and I seen his first fight. He knocked his last opponent out, and he knocked this opponent out too. So, yeah, bro, the dude's solid. He's got some good things in his game. I feel like he got some things to work on as well. But yeah, it's kind of hard to tell at the moment. You know, he's still pretty young. He doesn't really have a lot of fights. He's not fighting the best, so it's kind of hard to tell how good he will be. But yeah, I think he's in the right path. You know, it's the same thing with Xander Zayas. He's 19. A lot of people eye on him. You know, but I gotta see him step up. I can't just say, oh, he's gonna do this and do that. I don't know yet. You know, I'm gonna have to really watch him and see what he could do. But now I like Tiger Johnson though, man. I like him though. You know, he's on the right path.
All right, Brian. Prospects last night. How many fights did you catch, if any?
I caught a few fights. I had problems with internet last night, but you know, I missed most of the Riviera fight. Right?
Oh, did you?
My internet was fucked up last night. I had to stream it, or not stream it. I had to what do you call it? hotspot my phone.
All right, let me just say this video is for educational purposes only. I
Yeah.
want to show you this knockout of the year for me. This for me is
Beautiful
definitely a
punch.
contender
That,
for
that was on the
knockout of
card
the year.
last night.
This was
Yeah.
last night.
Yeah.
Hold on a
Who's
second.
I saw the highlight. I saw the highlight to it, you know. But I had the
God damn.
hotspot my phone because my Wi-Fi went off, you know.
Elvis Rodriguez fight. I was high on Elvis Rodriguez for a little while.
I'm
Missed
like
his fight,
Rodriguez.
I like
Yeah.
Rodriguez too.
Here, what do you call the? He didn't lose that fight to the Filipino guy, right? He won that fight 11-1. I had the score. I like Elvis Rodriguez. I think he's a very good fighter. You know, Riera. I like Tiger. Good young fighter. He was an Olympian, wasn't he? Young Tiger.
I wish I knew because
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't.
not sure, to be honest.
I am not sure.
I think he was an Olympian. You know, so you know.
Wait, you talking about Tiger?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Tigers.
Yeah,
Ain't
yeah,
Tiger
Tiger.
silver medal? Tiger's silver medalist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tiger.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tiger's
he got a bright future ahead of him. You know, good amateur. Sometimes professionals don't carry that into the pros. I like him. I think he's got a good array of punches. He's got a good style. He got a good jab, good movement. You know, I like Tiger. I think he's someone to look out for. I'm looking to see his next step up in opposition. You know, for me, I don't think he naturally has the power to carry up with some of the guys. You know, but it's going to be interesting to see. You know, he has power.
I think he's got some natural punching power. I really do.
Yeah. I think his power at this level, as you know, will that carry up to, you know, as he keeps moving up in levels in the program. You know, it's like the Berlanga thing. You know, like
I don't want them doing that to him.
No.
I don't want them doing that to him.
No. That's not what I'm saying. It's like Berlanga. You know, he has power to a certain extent, but when he moves up in level, does that power carry up with him? You know what I mean? Like, you know. So
when you go up against real opponents that are actually trained that this is, you know, boxing is their full-time thing, that's a different story. That's a different beast altogether.
Yeah,
you know,
a lot of those guys know they're not going to win. Some of them guys going to survive, and that's a different, you know, especially as you move up in levels, they know how to survive, which is a harder thing. That's what Berlanga faced last night. He faced someone who knew he wasn't going to win, but wanted to do 12 rounds.
Oh, you're talking about
Berlanga? Not Berlanga. Sorry, Tim Tszyu.
Oh, Tim Tszyu. All right.
Yeah, Tiger will face that at some point. We'll see how he deals with it. You know, so I like Tiger. I think he's a very good fighter.
All right. And Smoke, do you have a preferred prospect at all? Did you catch any of the prospects last night?
I mean, I think that Tiger has a higher ceiling than Riviera. Like, you know, I
agree
think
with
both
that.
of those guys are living in the shadow of Muhammad Ali, especially with those performances last night, right? But it's just kind of like, so Tiger, I think, is in danger of facing the Roy Jones curse of what happens when your physical abilities don't actually match your boxing abilities. Like at this point, he's quicker than everyone. It's not just his level of opposition, but he is relying on his speed a lot, and not necessarily his technique. And that's cool. He's at the age where he's going to be faster than everybody. And a lot of those the knockdowns and knockout really came from punches that the guy didn't see, because of Tiger's quickness, right? And that's cool. I'm not hating on the guy, like, because having those fast twitch things, it's great. I'm just saying that you have to nurture that correctly. Like we see Tank now, but we see Tank, maybe he isn't as good as he could have been because of the way that they brought this guy along.
Right.
I agree with
So
that.
it's like you have to make the guy a complete fighter, not just appreciate him when they're young and beautiful, because that's what he is right now. He's like, and especially in a division like 147 pounds where you just got killers. Like you can be fast as you want to be, but they got guys that time the hell out of you. I think Danny Garcia, like if you get a Danny Garcia type guy against a guy like Tiger, it's going to be a mess because
Yeah, he's not ready for that level yet.
Yeah, he's not at that level yet, but I get what you mean.
Yeah, he's not at that level yet. I think he's
No,
got.
I'm just saying, even a kind of guy that can time you and has really decent power, right? Like a guy like that would have Tiger in all kinds of trouble, I think. But it's a question. Actually, I don't know that for certain. It's just a question. You have to answer these kind of questions before you before you crown a guy. And what I see is a guy that's fast. He's got decent hand speed. He's got decent foot speed, but he has a lot of deficiency. He's really good shot selection too, and really good accuracy. But
yeah, that's what I like about him.
Defensive deficiencies and his ability to make adjustments, we just don't know. I see the holes in his defense. I see those are there. I just don't know that he can make adjustments because he hasn't been matched in a fight where where he's needed to make adjustments. So,
well, that's what's happened to a lot of these guys. That they haven't been matched yet. A lot of these young fighters. And as they move up in level, that's what I'm saying. Does that power carry up to someone who is a seasoned veteran and is there to survive? Who
knows how long that speed's going to be around? Like I was saying, like the power comes from speed, right? And then also accuracy comes from footwork. Like there's a whole bunch of things that are related. And I think the power that he has right now comes from his speed. And he's hitting guys with shots that they don't see coming because of how fast his hands are.
No, I agree with that. But I'm just, to someone like last night who Tim Tszyu fought, who was there to survive, a seasoned veteran, been in the ring with good fighters. How does he do against that guy? Does he get rid of him, or does that guy survive?
If Tim Tszyu wants to fight, he can fight, have another fight. He should just fight Lara.
Alexander.
I got Lara.
Lara's at 160. Lara's at 160.
Lara beating.
No, but he's going down to 154 to fight with his name Jose Benavidez Jr.
I think Lara beats him though. That's
to fight who?
Alexander Lara is gonna go. He's gonna fight Jose Benavidez Jr.
Wait a minute, Benavidez Jr.'s leg still works?
Yeah, bro.
And he's moving up to 154. Like, hold up. Like the last time we saw that dude was like bleons ago, and then it is at 147.
He fought like 6 months ago.
He fought 6 months ago, bro. And David Benavidez undercard.
Yeah, he was.
I missed that fight. And it was at 154. What is at 147?
It was 154.
It was 154.
Yeah, he was at 154.
I heard
and
he
what
was
does his leg
bad.
look
I
like?
didn't see that fight either.
What does his leg look like?
He wasn't too impressive. I think the other guy won the fight, but
Lara might beat him. To be honest,
I think he got beat, but I think the judges were being kind.
Yeah, but Lara is gonna find in the tank undercard. Lara and Jose Benavidez Jr. I think they're gonna find 154. I don't know, but that will be a good fight for Tim if Lara wins. So again, Tim can have a good fight. And he wants to test the waters. It will be against Alexander Lara.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at the Lara fight. I'm just,
I think it's a good fight.
I think that Lara, we'll have to see what Lara has left in the tank, but Lara should be able to beat the Tim Tszyu that I just watched.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
I believe he would. I believe Lara would win. I think
Yeah,
if
Tim
Tszyu brought some more, if he brought some more tools to the fight, I think Tim Tszyu would do better.
If Tim Tszyu would have fixed that defense, he knows how to place his punches better. He can do good, bro.
No, so there's certain things about Tim Tszyu that are unfixable, right? Like there's no way that he's ever going to have a great jab. But beyond that, I don't even think he'll have workable feet. Like his feet are fucking garbage. Like he can get improved feet, but they're
People
always
call
going to be
Canelo
garbage.
feet garbage.
Say again? No,
People-
Canelo just has slow feet. Canelo doesn't have garbage feet. His feet are just slow.
Yeah, he's just slow on the feet. Yep.
Yeah, that's something Canelo's improved in, is not the fact he's quick, just positioning, just to be in position to.
Yeah, he knows how to position his foot movement. That's what Canelo has. He knows when he positions his foot movement, he knows when he can place a punch right away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's something he's improved on in his game. You know.
Yeah, there's absolutely, and you saw that like even that like there's like Lara's feet I think are better than they used to be, and I don't even think that Tim Tszú's feet are where Canelo's feet were in the Lara fight. Like it's just like the footwork, like it's just that Tim Tszú's feet are absolutely atrocious. Like that dude, it's not just two left feet; they're also in cement. He has done nothing to do it. Like I don't know, maybe dude got 12 toes or something like that. His feet are absolute trash. Lars should be able to beat that dude using his feet.
Okay, so I gotta talk about this. A lot happened yesterday. You know, we got the Devin Haney Kambosos fight has been confirmed.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. We got Teofimo Senior yapping away on Cam, and then we got his son.
Feel sad, man. That guy's. I'm tired of him, man. I'm tired of him, man. I ain't gonna lie.
And then his son. Then we got
Both of them, bro. Both
Teofimo
of them.
Jr. Teofimo Jr. I'm gonna say for this time, Senior wasn't the bad one. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna. And shockingly enough, Senior was not the worst of the two this time. I do believe that Junior was the worst of the two when it came to like not fucking being able to keep their mouths closed or being delusional and then actually showing themselves. The thing that upset me the most about what Junior said was that they knew what I was gonna do. In other words, he lied to everybody because he wasn't gonna fight Haney. He was going to drop the belt to make Haney work for it. Who looks grimy there? Nobody talks about that shit. Nobody talks about that shit because he was telling everybody that he was going to fight. He was going to fight Haney after he beat the shit out of Kambosos. And here he's saying that he was going to drop the belt and make Haney work for it. How petty can you be? And nobody called him out on that shit. You know what they called him out on? The conspiracy theories.
I mean, the conspiracy theories are like low-hanging fruit, but they're also gigantic, juicy, low-hanging fruit.
What were the conspiracy theories? I want to hear some of these.
Oh, dude! Oh, you missed it! Oh my God!
Please elaborate. Let him tell him. Smoke.
No, I mean, no, you got it. You guys, your show. Go ahead.
Okay. So here, I'm just gonna pull it up from Twitter. I'm just gonna pull it up from Twitter and let you.
All right. So I watched that. I saw him do the interview where he says, it's on Fight Hype, where the guy says that it was already preordained when he went over to the zone to fight Kambosos that he was going to lose so that Kambosos and Haney could fight. Right.
Here we go. I got it coming up right now.
So,
don't forget, Smokey won 10 rounds.
No, he won 11 rounds.
He won 11 rounds today.
Yeah, he won 11 rounds, right? So anyway, he won 11-2. He won 11 rounds to 2 fights, right? But anyway, that's a different subject. My point being that Teofimo Lopez apparently has blamed boxing politics and fixed fights. He's put he's saying that is greater than COVID, and apparently maybe DAZN and Bob Arum have influence over Vladimir Putin to get them to not only invade Ukraine.
All right, let me go ahead and play this.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, there it is.
Okay, so listen.
I want to hear this.
Just let me say this. This video is not. I do not own the rights to this video. This is for educational purposes only. I repeat, this is for educational purposes only. And here we go.
No, don't jerk off.
Man, I hate this guy, man. This dude right here, Mark.
Mark Hilbert.
Yeah, I don't like this guy, man.
That it would be in short order. How about that?
Is that Kriegel?
Bite your shoulder. That's my man.
Yo, Tio, we just get a Haney Kambosos. Who do you think wins that fight, though?
Oh, fuck. No, it's a made fight for Haney. Yeah.
In what way? What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean?
Oh, the whole shit was a scheme, bro. They had the zone. I was on the zone platform. They gave it to Kambosos because they knew what I was gonna do with it. They knew what I was gonna do. I was gonna drop him. Then it's a longer process for Devin to become quote unquote undisputed. It's all a game, man. They pay that shit.
Isn't it gonna be? Isn't it gonna be tough to win in Australia though? Like if it's a setup, isn't it? When they set it up in America, not Australia, where why is
everything's already made. It's everything. I had to see that for myself. So they already knew who won before they even fucking announced it. See the tapes.
that? Hey, Tio, what advice would you give Dev though on what he's got to do in the ring with Kambosos?
Fuck Buffalo.
Hey,
Man, this guy's a clown, man.
That Tio looking ridiculous, my dude.
Yeah, man. He just can't admit that he lost, man.
He looks better, doesn't he?
You're on
Yeah, he
mute,
does
Jed.
look better. He
Yeah,
does
I
look
just
better.
noticed that. And his dad wasn't as bad as him. And again, that video was for educational purposes only. But yeah, this Tio. Now, I'm not giving up on Tio as far as boxing, but god damn, man, he needs it.
Man, I
He needs
gave
a
up on.
publicist.
Can
He
I?
needs a publicist.
Man, bro. If
Yeah,
he
there
goes-
you
if
there
he
you go,
goes-
Electro. That is the
If he-
diplomatic approach right there.
If he goes with if he goes with Reynoso, Tio, I don't know how the fuck Reynoso and Canelo they're gonna handle Tio.
There you go. Look, Tony
all right,
got
so-
it. Tony
so
got
here's-
it right there. Look at that. Tony gets it.
See, look,
Okay.
wait real quick, Smoke, before you go. I'll give Tio Senior some respect because he did say this. He said that they'll get an assistant coach, and that's what the fuck he needs, bro. They need another coach in that corner because his dad can't do shit. His dad is terrible. You know what I'm saying? So he's talking about, yeah, man, I'll never leave my son. I always have a coach. You know what I'm saying? But he said he's gonna bring back an assistant coach. They asked him, will he bring back Joey Gamache? They said he don't know yet, but bring back somebody good, man, to help Tio out because he needs that shit. His dad can't do shit, bro.
Yeah,
That's
he needs. Here, one thing he needs to do is he needs to get away from his father because that's rubbing off on him now. All that bullshit is rubbing off on him. He's starting to believe what his father's saying.
What's up, Punch
the
Mullet?
danger.
How you doing, brother?
So here's the thing: like we don't know how much Teofimo Jr. differs from Senior. Senior might be he might be over the top with it and taking the brunt of the criticism, but Junior might be that same dude. Like and Buck 50,
Quieter version, but yeah.
I'm going to defer to Buck on this particular subject because I feel like he's a member. I think this is a generational thing when it comes to the way that people shit talk today. Right? So like going to Twitter and saying a whole bunch of bullshit about another dude on Twitter, I'm not like, I don't really get involved in that. I can't respect it. Right? So when Tia was going around calling email champs and calling other dudes bitches and pussies and all that stuff, like it
Black
turned
and
me
Brown in the house. What's up, Black and
like
Brown?
that
Sorry,
by
I
itself
was gonna acknowledge
turned
you.
me off. But
Salute, Black and Brown.
but I also understand that that's the way that people get down these days. Like they just like they troll and they go on Twitter and they do all this other social media bullshit that don't have nothing to do with me. But this idea that you're going to continue the rivalry, like you're going to continue talking shit about Devin Haney once you lost, and the way that he's talking shit about Devin Haney, like I feel that Teofimo needs to create the atmosphere that we're still excited about a Devin Haney and Teofimo fight, right? I feel like that he has a responsibility to do that. The way that he pulls that off, I don't really like the way that the Teofimos move, either senior or junior. The way that they promote themselves, I'm not a big fan of it.
Remember they were asking 10 million too?
Regardless of 10 million, I don't even like the way that they did the franchise belt. I'm still mad about that shit. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff that to me they what is it? They're insulting my intelligence. They're pretending like I'm stupid. Like I don't understand what life is about, or that I don't remember what the shit that they've said before, like before. So yeah, like Electro Jet talking about how they were talking about that they're gonna fight Devin Haney next. Meanwhile, they're saying that they were always gonna move up. The plan was always to move up. That they thought that the Gambosis was gonna be a $10 million fight or whatever the hell. Like all of that stuff is just like I find it distasteful. And I, as a person, and this is coming from a disgruntled Teofimo fan, so let me put that out there. I've been watching Teofimo since he was had 6 fights in, right? So I was like, this is gonna be the next dude, and I was on the Teofimo before he was even fighting the Laxus and Nakatanis and all that other stuff. I was like, this is my guy, right? And then he just started to move funny, and then he got the
OG Boogie's in the house. What's up, OG? If you want to come up on the panel, you're more than welcome to, my brother.
And then it's all good. Yeah, then he got these fans that started big upping his subpar competition just because they struggle, because Teofimo struggled with him. And then they got these let's hate on one fighter because Teofimo said something in social media. I don't like all. I can't get behind this shit, and I'm disappointed in what Teofimo has turned into versus what I thought he was going to be.
100%.
I agree with
that. You can go back. The day ones know you can go back on many panels. I was a fan of Tio. I was a legit fan of this guy. I used to be a fan of him, but as time went on, he started acting like a diva. He started doing all this weird shit, the trolling and shit, not fighting people who I wanted to see, like Devin Haney and stuff. Just a lot of bullshit was going on. His father as well, and I'm just like, man, I can't be a fan of this guy no more,
I had questions. Yeah, I had questions about Tio. I knew it was the biggest fight of his career, right? But his biggest payday up to that point, I believe, was $500,000. And he wanted $1.4 million to fight what's his name? Loma, right? And I understand it, but from that point, it was that point where I thought this guy's more interested in money and his entitles.
I think he's more interested in celebrity. Listen, Viking. He's also Viking, glory shit. But the point about it is the Vikings, they got their glory through their exploits. They didn't just try to talk their way through fucking social media and get a bunch of people to co-sign their bullshit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that shit. I don't go out and prove it. And the Tio win the Loma win was a good win. I love him.
It was a great one. It was a great one.
But Tio was gonna drop out of that fight against Loma, right? Because they were giving him less money. I don't know.
Even then, and listen, I was behind him on that shit. I was still backing him at that point. Get what you deserve. You don't know what's gonna happen. One punch could injure entire life, right? Not end it, but alter it. It could end it, but it also could alter it, right? So I wasn't mad at that point. The issue that I'm now having is the fact that this guy is trying to win social media battles over winning boxing battles. And I'm not a social media guy like that. So I don't give a fuck about this whole what's that do 6ix9ine thing? The idea that you're gonna become a celebrity and that's all you need to do. That Tekashi 6ix9ine shit. I'm not. That's
the
not
snitch.
I don't get it.
You're
the snitch.
Yeah, whatever.
That one, the snitch.
Exactly. How it turns out. What I understand is I understood that Tekashi 6ix9ine was some bullshit before the snitching. Right, the snitching was it wasn't a surprise to me, and that's what I'm saying. I can't get behind this kind of thing because I understand how it is. I'm not going to be surprised when it all goes to shit because I don't respect the process to begin with.
For me, I've always been a guy. If you really want to do your talking, especially in boxing, step into the ring, right, and do your shit. Do your shit there. I don't understand. I understand it's a big thing today. I never understood social media and to the point where these fighters talk a lot of shit. Sometimes they get fans excited. He said this. This fight might happen, and then we never see the fight. Right? That's all. That always got me to the point where I'm like, I don't follow any of these guys on social media. I don't stalk their pages. I don't look up for the nearest, right? What I follow is like Top Rank. I follow Showtime Boxing. Like the promoters where they talk, but I don't follow the boxers themselves.
Yeah, I'm listen, I understand that. I do follow the boxers. I have been following a majority of these boxers, at least the mainstream boxers. And here's why: because I'm looking for relevant news. I don't look for the back and forth commentary between the individual boxers that they talk shit to each other. That doesn't interest me. But I will follow a boxer if there's some pertinent news that will come up that we can talk like we're doing now on Aftermath. And if it has anything that has any justification to it, I'll use it. I'll use it and I'll discuss it here like I did just now with the Teofimo thing. But as far as following boxers, I understand where you're coming from, Brian, because I don't listen to any of this stuff because all that is just like white noise to me.
Yeah.
It's just like white noise. That's it. But
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I never really got behind Twitter. Instagram, I'm on a little bit more, when it comes to boxing. Like, I follow a little bit. I think for me, it's easier to follow Instagram. But by that, I'm not really a social media person.
OG Boogie says, "The hell with that. That is prize fighting. If you don't deserve the money and don't try to finagle your way out of a fight, that's why I give big ups to Loma, because he said give him the money, get him in the ring, give him the money, get him in the ring, and that's that."
Yeah.
That's not what Loma said.
I agree with that.
Fuck that. That's not what Loma said. That's some bullshit. What Loma tried to do was try to son the dude. He tried to offer him a payday loan, an advance on it, and then he said that if you lose, you got to pay me back. Like, no, hell no. I didn't respect anything about what Loma did in that.
No.
That's what he said, though. That's what he said.
No, that's not what he said. What he said is, I'll loan you the difference. What Loma said was, I'll loan you the difference. I'll pay the difference that you want from my own purse.
Are you talking about with the Lopez fight?
Yeah, with the Teofimo Lopez fight.
Yeah. He did try to fund him.
But that's an incentive to win. That means Teofimo had to come in at his best to get that money.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So actually, Loma's saying, right, for you to get the money, you're going to have to be the best you can be, and I'm willing to accept that type of level of competition.
Right, and you got to beat me. Like, it was that wasn't a win, lose, or draw offer. That was
exactly. You got to beat me
if I beat you.
Yeah, you got to beat me to get that money, which means you're going to come in at your best.
Look, man, that was 2019. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm just saying. I just want to say this real quick. I feel like T.O.'s career is getting sad at this point. Like him.
Well, Winston. That's the fucking problem,
bro.
He fought since 2019. Since
this guy's getting injuries out the ass. Like, he just got hand surgery. He just got a right hand surgery. He just had elbow surgery. They talking about he was sick. He had air in his chest and in his throat and all this shit. He got asthma. All this shit, man. All these fucking injuries, man. This shit crazy, man. And when I see that shit yesterday, I'm starting to think like, yo, this guy's career is gonna end or some shit. You know?
I'm waiting for him to get in the ring. Personally, I just can't wait to see him get in the ring, and it looks like it's getting further. You know those movie scenes where the closer you get to the end, the further it gets away. It's like the closer we get to a fight for Tio, it's like the further away it seems like it is. And I'm truly getting tired of it. Either get in the ring. What the fuck is up? What's up with all the injuries? I understand that shit happens, but goddamn, man, you're a boxer. Unless you plan on changing your career anytime soon, keep your mouth fucking closed, train, and get in the fucking ring.
Or just talk about yourself and stop talking about everybody else. He called Wilder a bitch. Yeah. He's called it now. It's a grand conspiracy to separate him from the titles. That involves invasions of countries apparently.
Yeah, man.
Like you just gotta just stop it, man.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
just
a whole-
talk
there's
about
a whole-
if you're gonna keep your face in the media, talk about yourself.
Yeah, there's a
Actually,
whole
listen,
conspiracy. There's a whole
Smoke.
conspiracy. There's a whole
Smoke.
conspiracy against me why Eva Mendes doesn't want to sleep with me.
Hold on,
Yeah.
Smoke.
So fucking
Smoke,
conspiracy
HLD.
behind
And
that,
it has
man.
nothing to do with
That's-
you.
that's
It has
Putin.
nothing to do
That's
with
Vladimir Putin's fault.
the proximity. Like it's not nothing to do with you being like pasty or balding or.
Yeah.
Hold on, HLD.
Yeah, the reason- The reason why Eva Mendes does not sleep with me is Vladimir Putin's fault.
Hold on a second, guys.
No, it's
Hold on a
because
second.
it's your dog. She doesn't like animals. She doesn't like.
Hold on a
pets.
second. HLD
That's
got something
COVID's
to
fault.
say. Here you
Social
go.
justice.
HLD, what's up, brother? Welcome to the panel. Thank you for joining Aftermath, my friend.
What's going on, everybody on the panel? What's up, my people?
I was
How you
just
doing,
highlighting your comment,
What's going
and I
on,
was
bro?
trying to get in there and say about you were right about the 300K because even though Loma did quote unquote offer it out of his pocket, it was ESPN that ended up dishing out the 300K. You were right.
Oh, and it was a loan too. And that was a loan. Like the
It was
loan
not
thing,
alone.
put it
Stop
out.
the BS, GTS. You always like to throw extra sauce on your bullshit.
Here,
Okay, Mr. Interim is never mandatory, but anyway, but it's
He
my
was
bullshit.
not.
But
Interim
anyway,
was not. Actually, I
okay.
looked it up. Dillian White became a mandatory in the Eliminator back in 2018. Then
okay,
he fought
so
for the
is
fought
the
for the
interim and the
interim belt
mandatory or not?
afterwards. So he was already in position for the mandatory. He just fought for the
Okay,
interim.
so,
Because Wilder
sorry.
was doing what? What was Wilder doing?
Oh, okay,
Exactly.
so
Stop
he
the
was never-
bullshit, bro. You are a master of bullshit.
Okay, so anyway, like
Anyway, so let's
you
get back to
understand
this
it,
topic.
just so you understand, in 2018, Dillian White was not a mandatory. Or
He fought in a final eliminator. Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. It was ordered.
Yes, he
that
did.
didn't. Okay, so in 2018, the WBC ordered Luis Ortiz versus Dillian White. Did we ever get that fight?
He fought
No,
the
we
next
did
guy
not.
up.
He did not
Here,
fight in the
guys.
final eliminator.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Here, guys.
The
can we-
interim belt did not give him status of mandatory, so stop that.
Sure.
Here,
We live in
can we
LGD.
Go read the rules.
Here,
You did that last time. Did you go read them?
Okay, so Dillian White.
Did you go read them?
Okay, so just so you
Did you go
understand-
read them? No, that's not okay. This is the kind of bullshit you do. You like to go on
right,
panels
so
with your
Dillian
narrative,
White-
but then when
Dillian
facts come presented to you, whatever. I hear a lot of guys who do that also with channels. They whatever the
Dillian White,
facts when it goes against what they're saying.
Dillian White became a mandatory after he beat Oscar Rivas. It had absolutely nothing to do with 2018, and then he lost that position once he popped dirty, and once it came to light that he popped dirty, and then they reinstated him after he won against Povetkin. After he lost
He
against Povetkin,
did not
So
become
first he
mandatory
lost
with his
against
interim
Povetkin,
belt.
Then they ordered him as a
He
mandatory.
did
after
not
he beat-
become mandatory due to his interim belt.
Okay. Anyway, you become mandatory when they ordered the fight.
You don't become mandatory
Correct.
because you have the interim belt.
What
You
does that have
become
to-
the guy
what
who
you said-
replaces the
what-
champion
what
if
you
he gets
said
hurt.
was- HOD. The problem is you said that mandatory.
Right now, we're not even talking about the other.
Okay, let's get back. Let's get back on subject. Let's get
This
back-
guy, because this is what he does. He knows he's about to get cooked on another thing, and so then he goes into something else.
Can we just all here? Can we just all agree that Eva Mendes doesn't want to sleep with me due to COVID, social distancing?
Yes,
and it's Putin's fault.
Yes, that's what it is. It's
Okay.
literally it's because Donald Trump isn't president anymore that Eva Mendes won't sleep.
Yes, and that too.
I want to move this forward. Thank you for coming on, HLD. I want to say this though. Now
Probably
that
bring a
we
bit of
do,
comedy in
now
there.
that and you'll be the first to chime in, HLD. Now that we officially have the fight happening on June the 5th, okay. Now that there will be a definitive answer as to who will be undisputed. This will set the record straight.
No, it wouldn't. It only for those who don't understand. But yeah,
I don't know, but after this fight, though, after this fight,
I
it
wanted to
will
hear
be
from
on record
HLD.
with somebody being. It will be acknowledged by all the governing bodies.
That's
that
not the way
there
it works,
is an
though, but yeah.
undisputed.
I want to hear from
But that is what's
HLD.
going to happen, though. Hold on a second. I'm letting HLD he's gonna cook on this one first. So HLD,
Let him cook it,
he's
Smoke.
saying that. Please, your input.
Well, finally, we are getting the fight after the 12th hour when, thank God to all media, all Haney fans that were going to be turning on him had definitely not taking this fight. All YouTubers, all content creators, because yesterday morning when it all came out that this guy's not signing it, all his fans were breaking loose on Haney. So thank God he took the fight. Kudos that he's taking it. But that's what you're supposed to do. So let's get it on. Bring them belts home. Bring them belts home. Period.
All righty.
I was giving him shit on Thursday, bro. Remember H?
Yeah, man. I mean, but it took to the 12th hour that they put in experimental bullshit with the media, with the top media guys, to put out the information. Oh, he's not signing a contract. Hey, the same thing happened with JoJo when they lowballed him with $1 million, and then they started playing around. Oh, then we'll go to 140 until Regis Progress said, "Well, I'll take that challenge in 2 weeks. Let's do this." Oh, here you go, Mr. JoJo. Here's your 1.5 and extra. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie, you were there with me, HLD. I was all happy that that the contract got sent. I didn't think there would be any fucking issue with it. But then people started saying, you were there with me. People started saying, it ain't signed yet. It's not official. And I'm like, then I start getting depressed like, motherfucker.
Okay, Electric Jack, I got one right here, bro. Look, they got a rematch clause right in the contract.
Yeah, I know.
If Kambosos loses,
it's
the fight's gonna be in Australia.
It's always been a one-way. Look, let everybody look. Let's clear this out with what's going on with this contract. It's not. Oh, he's signed to ESPN on a 3-fight deal. No, he is not. He's guaranteed for a fight, for one fight. If Haney wins, he has to fight Kambosos on an immediate rematch. If he also stays at 135.
True.
Haney is not going to fight no more than one time. All that other stuff is Bob Arum covering his ass, making sure he could keep the belts close to him. Haney ain't going to fight more. He ain't going to make weight no more than once this year. So that's not going to happen. Whether he wins or loses, I think that's all it's going to be, in my opinion. But he's not. He doesn't have to. He's not signed to Top Rank. It's not like he's part of their. It's just for the medium point of this fight. It's a one-way hometown rematch clause. If he wins, he fights against Kambosos. If he beats Kambosos again on a rematch, if he again stays at 135, he would have to face Lomachenko.
Here, what does that say about Eddie Hearn? Is he dumping all his money into the Canelo card?
No, it was DAZN. To be the fact, DAZN did not want any part of this fight. DAZN did not. The return on investment, they didn't want to deal with it.
You want
right. So DAZN return on investment. This is the new thing. Like HLD, I gotta tell you, like you are one.
DAZN did not want to pay for this fight. That's why it had to go to ESPN.
Cool. So none of these fighters are actually promoted by Top Rank. So that doesn't make any sense.
It's because it's with Top Rank because Kambosos beat T.O. That's why Bob Arum said it, bro.
But that has absolutely. Lou DiBella is Kambosos' promoter.
Yeah, I know, but you know how Lou DiBella.
Now that he beat T.O., he has a contract with Top Rank. Now he beat T.O., he has a
contract.
You know how Lou
DiBella and Top Rank they fucking cool as hell smoke.
Lou DiBella's good businessman. I'm sure he's getting the best deal.
Let's just rewind this back. So what you're saying to me is that Kambosos, in order to get the Teofimo fight, even though it was a mandatory, Kambosos had to sign a multi-fight deal with Bob. That's now being.
What are you? Did you? I think everybody on this panel understood how this 3-fight deal works.
Hey, HLD, nobody.
The other one was a mandatory.
Listen, I'm not asking you how anything works.
Very
I'm
different.
Literally not asking you how anything works, HLD. I'm now.
No, because you're just gonna fuck it up anyway.
I understand. I hear you. I hear you, bro. I got you. There's no way that an interim is ever mandatory. That never happens. I hear you.
Not by the internship. No.
In the actual world that we live in, where mandatories are interim champions all the fucking time. Right? Let's now.
Not in the WBC, man.
Now I'm trying to figure out that how Bob Arum inserted himself in a fight where he is not the promoter of either fighters.
He's not, because he's the guy who has a connection to the network.
Okay.
Simple as that. Lou DiBella doesn't have Sky. What is it? Sky Sports that ESPN now also has.
There's no the network. There's just networks. right? There's no the
Smoke,
network.
Bob Arum already said it. I was seeing the interview today, bro. That's what I'm telling you. That it's because he beat Tiafimo. That's why he has the contract right now.
I
George
understand what you're. Listen, I'm not disputing what you're saying, Buck 50. I'm trying to just make sure that everybody understands what you're saying. What you're saying is that even though Kambosos was not just he was the mandatory, right, for that fight, and not promoted by Top Rank, somehow Bob Arum finagled the space where for a mandatory fight, Kambosos had to sign a multi-fight deal.
With who? For what fight did he fight? The only multi-fight deal he's got.
Okay.
And the network right now is the one he just signed.
HLD. Kambosos versus Teofimo Lopez.
Did not have anything beyond what it was. That's why there was no rematch clause.
Well, that now you're arguing with Buck 50 because Buck 50 is saying that Kambosos got roped into a multi-fight deal for that fight.
You got to understand that Lou DiBella is good buddies with Bob Arum.
He's good buddies with everybody except for Al Heyman.
Eddie Hearn. I guess he's not really good buddies with Eddie Hearn.
Then now he don't like Eddie Hearn either. But
right, well, that's all the time. But business is business. It is what it is.
Anyway, that's not even the point. What Buck 50 is saying is that Kambosos had a multi-fight deal in order to get the Teo fight.
I never heard of that ever.
Right, so now
ever
because that's what he's
win
saying.
or lose, it was not a rematch.
Because Teo lost to Kambosos. Is that
no?
But what does that have to do with Bob? That doesn't have anything.
Because eventually,
fight on Top Rank.
Because eventually, had let's say this fight with Haney would have been, the connection that Lou DiBella has with Bob Arum would have led to this right now, anyways.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. This entire thing, all these explanations don't make all these explanations that you guys are offering don't make sense.
Explanation of what? That the zone did not want to invest in Devin Haney?
All right, so first, right, if the zone didn't want to invest in Devin Haney, then they wouldn't have invested in Devin Haney. He's been fighting on the zone forever.
Hey man,
okay, but they have his last fight was on the zone. His fight before that was on the zone. He's had plenty of fights on the zone. So the idea that all of a sudden
losing money. I mean,
okay, you're
there was
the
last stadium holds 16,800. There were less than 4,000 fans.
Whatever money you think.
How do you figure?
Okay, so whatever money you think they lost on Devin Haney, I'm pretty sure they lost way more in Canelo, but they're still willing to pay for Canelo fights.
Hey, don't hate on Canelo. He generates a lot of revenue. That's long-term
we're talking
revenue.
about losing revenue, not generating revenue.
No, it's long-term revenue for the reason is because it generates so much.
Revenue also. But we're not talking about whether or not you generate revenue. We're talking about whether or not you cost them revenue.
Devin Haney does not bring nothing to the brand of either network. Canelo does.
Then why did they sign him?
But you can't pay for it.
To pay for his fights.
Hold on,
you can't pay for that.
Just make sure everything's clear here. You do know that Canelo's last two fights were actually profitable, whereas to Tyson Fury and Wilder were not.
I don't think it was profitable. I don't think it was profitable, Electric Jet. But
first off, Canelo's last fight was on PBC, right? So that's a different.
No, it was on Showtime, wasn't it?
It was a PBC. It was Premier Boxing Champions. Was a Canelo fight. That's what I said when I said PBC. That's what I meant. Premier Boxing Champions. I didn't say which network it was broadcast on. I'm just saying that was the organization.
The network was the ones who fucked over the money, dude. PBC don't got money for that.
All right, I got it. Now you're just gonna go all over the
just
place.
Like ESPN is fucking the bill for this Haney and
How about
Kambosos
this?
fight.
I won't interrupt your bullshit, and you
don't feed the people bullshit.
Okay, great. I won't interrupt you when you're feeding people bullshit. So you don't interrupt people when you think I'm feeding them bullshit.
You really can't, because you know it's not bullshit.
Okay, great. Now I know that what you're saying is completely untethered from reality, but that has absolutely nothing to do with the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is none of us are fucking accountants, and we don't actually have the numbers. But what we hear is from the reports is that Canelo fights were not actually generating money for the zone, and they wanted him to do some other shit because it was costing him money. That's why he left the zone. That's why he left. That's why he left Golden Boy.
Wow, so they got Stockholm syndrome. Offered him 160 million.
Okay. Anyway, the point being is that we heard from the reports. I don't know none of us know what the truth is. All we have is the reports. From the reports, it was saying that Canelo was costing the zone money, not generating money for them.
What?
From the reports, we're hearing that Devin Haney is generating money from them, not costing money from them. So the idea.
What report is that?
I'll tell you. Oh, okay. From the reports.
Repeat yourself again. Repeat yourself again. You got me lost, bro. Repeat yourself.
Okay. All right. All right. So
I'm lost myself.
all right. So if you ask Eddie Hearn, right? Eddie Hearn is the promoter for Devin Haney, right? And he's trying to do it for DAZN, for Team Haney and DAZN. Correct?
I thought he was his own boss. How is he his promoter? I'm just saying.
Okay. All right. So do you think that he has a co-promotional deal with Eddie Hearn? Does he or does he not?
Yeah, he does.
He does. Correct. Right. So Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing, does have a deal with DAZN. Correct. Not Bill Haney Promotions, but Matchroom Boxing. Correct. That's all of the facts that we know. So now
right.
from the reports, Eddie Hearn was saying that fight was worth millions of dollars to DAZN. Correct. That's what he was saying. Like that's what.
What fight was worth millions of dollars?
Which fight, bro?
Kambosos versus Haney.
No.
Did it say not cost millions of dollars to
No,
DAZN?
it was worth millions. So when Eddie Hearn was in the room with both Teofimos, both senior and junior, when he was saying that they want to make the fight, what was the number? He said that I can get you this fight. I can get you millions for this fight. What was the number that the Teofimo said? $10 million.
And that time when it was in that time when Colin Smith fought Canelo, right?
Yeah, but that was Teofimo, man. That was Teofimo. That wasn't Kambosos or Haney.
Let's not go to another.
You do know that.
Let's not spin to another subject. Let's not pivot.
Well, we're talking about Canelo. I mean, I don't even know how.
No. It was a time where Canelo and Colin Smith fought. Teofimo Senior told Eddie Hearn we want $10 million for that fight.
Correct.
Because Australia was offering him that much.
Yeah,
I can clear this up in a few sentences. What Smoke's trying to say.
No, I'm not. No, I know what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to do is stop the fucking trolling and the bullshit. I know exactly what I know.
What is the trolling and bullshit?
I'm telling you because you're like return on investment. Okay, so okay, so all of a sudden return on investment is your issue when it comes to Devin Haney.
It's not an issue.
Okay, meanwhile,
why is it an issue?
Meanwhile, DAZN has been talking about return of investment for years. It didn't just all of a sudden come up with Haney.
Okay, it's not only with Haney, but Haney doesn't have a high ceiling of
okay, great. So we're talking about return on investment even with Canelo, correct? Correct. Correct.
Canelo, he's the one who got $160 million deal just now, right?
But you're talking about return on investment.
Why didn't they do that for Haney right now?
So now you want to change the subject. It's
not.
Canelo made. It's about return on investment. It's about how much the people who paid Canelo, how much they were able to recoup from the money that they made. That's what return on investment means. Maybe you don't understand the terms that you're using.
No. You invest so much in this for a fighter, and if you don't get that return on investment back, you're not that's not profitable business.
I get it. You don't understand what return on investment means.
You just gotta. I buy a bag of Doritos for $1. If I only make 80 cents when I sell it again, that's a bad return on investment.
Okay, good, great, awesome.
Simple as that.
Hey, cool. It is exactly what.
Hey, get the smoke. Why you think Top Rank is involved, bro? In the video,
that's what I'm saying.
It says Devin Haney or not Top Rank involved, no matter what, because he beat Teal. That's why, man.
No, I'm not arguing.
Lou DiBella. There's no network for DiBella, guys.
How much Kambosos and Haney they're gonna take? They already said how much.
Thank you, HOD. There's no network for DiBella. Exactly.
Yes,
there's no network for DiBella, but there's also.
Yeah,
now.
Yeah, you're right.
You gotta
remember, the reason is
Devin Haney's promoter. Devin Haney, DiBella
if the DAZN
promoter
would have offered a more better lucrative deal than ESPN Top Ranks, then it would have gone to DAZN. It just goes to who's the highest bidder.
Okay, great. So you are the person who was just talking about how Devin Haney's not his own boss. If Devin Haney's not his own boss, how is he fighting on Top Rank?
He be saying he's his own boss, bro. He's just Devin Haney, Eddie Hearn just a promoter.
Correct.
He has a one-fight
so
deal.
He is his own boss, and he doesn't need to actually fight where Eddie Hearn tells him. He can go fight with Bob Arum. Correct?
He could have done that over a year ago, but they didn't.
Okay, great. So he's been his own boss this entire time. He just didn't do it a year ago.
Supposedly. He finally let go of Uncle Eddie's titty. He finally let it go.
Let go of it, or is it the zone didn't pay for this fight?
He finally let it go.
Okay, great. So all this is about trolling Haney. No matter what it is.
How is it trolling?
We're not trolling
It's
Haney,
about how
bro.
Haney is not. Just a second ago, you were talking about how he's not his own boss.
Because
Now
it's
you're
a
saying
fact.
He is his
It's
own
a
boss,
fact.
but he just didn't want do
What was
fast
he?
enough
Hey
for
guys,
your-
what was Devin Haney yelling at Teofimo? It's gonna be on the zone, on the zone, on the zone, on the zone. Come
What
on,
was
man.
gonna be on the zone?
He wanted to fight with Teofimo on the zone. It's gotta
Is he
be on the
fighting
zone, man.
Teofimo? Is he
It's gotta
fighting
be on the
Teofimo?
zone, man.
Is he fighting
Yeah,
Teofimo?
I saw that video. He
No,
does
that's
say
a
that.
Is he
fact.
fighting Teofimo?
That's why I'm saying that he didn't let go of the titty that you don't want to even admit.
What admission? Did Bob Arum offer the Teofimo Haney fight?
He wanted
But-
to fight.
but what-
Forget about
what-
him. I'm talking about
hey,
comes
hey,
out
what
of
are
his
you
mouth.
talking
Hey,
about,
bro,
He
bro,
wanted
what
to.
you-
He wanted
hey,
to only
Why are
fight
you
on the
going this
zone.
far?
And
Like,
what
Eddie
you
Hearn
told-
2 days ago. Eddie Hearn 2 days ago himself said that even Devin was coming at him. That why is he not promoting the fight?
Why is who not promoting what fight?
His fight with Cambosos.
Whose fight with Gambosis?
Oh, hey, shut up! Now look, this guy's a moron.
Who's he? You
Who's
gotta tell me
he?
Who you're talking
Devin
about?
Haney, he's on
Who
about.
else? We just said 2 days ago.
Both
Who
guys
are we
fighting
talking about?
Gambosis.
Who are we talking about?
Okay,
You see what I mean? This is what this
Can
bullshit
you
narrative
use
guy
the
does.
name?
He goes to
Both-
panels to
both guys
fuck
are human.
around and
Both
act
guys
like a
are human. Both
retard,
guys are fighting-
and
both
then
guys
ignore
fought
the
Gambosis,
facts.
right? Both guys' names are attached to fights with Gambosis. Both guys are he's. Which guy
I
are you
mean,
talking about?
yo, man, you're getting laughed at.
No, I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about.
That
What are
Devin
you
Haney
talking
did not
about?
want to not fight off of the zone
Devin Haney did not want to fight off the zone. Then why is he fighting Cambosis off the zone?
because he had no
He's getting more
fucking
money.
choice. Because if
Okay,
he did
then
not
great.
accept
So-
this
so-
fight,
so-
he
so
would
great.
be known as
So
the
what's your-
power
so
paper
again, so what's your
champion
point?
duck.
So then, what's your point? Again, I don't understand your point.
So good that he took the fight, but don't try to cap and make other things that are not true from the past.
Who says no, you're the only person who's talking about what he wants and what he doesn't want? Who cares about what he wants?
No, you just didn't like it when I pulled out the
I
facts
don't
and you
care
started going
about what he-
crazy, bringing up
Okay,
Canelo, the
Okay, I
typical
don't-
narrative.
I don't care
Canelo is the
about-
fix to all
Bro,
arguments.
I'm trying to figure out what it is you're talking about half the time. You said what?
Then maybe you need not to be on a panel that is too high of intellect for you, my friend.
HLP, let me clear this up.
If the intellectual conversation is
Let me clear
higher
this
than
up
your
for you.
than the
Let me clear this
IQ
up
that
for
you
you.
carry,
Let me
then
clear
maybe you
this
should
up.
not be on it.
When you said return on investment,
You can't discern information.
Hold on a second. When you said return on investment for Haney, I was wondering why all of a sudden it's about return of investment for Haney when clearly there's been an issue with return on investment when it comes to Canelo. So I don't
Well-
understand why the hell all of a sudden you're talking about return of investment when it refers to Haney when the zone's been talking about return.
I
of
saw a
investment
stadium
for 2
filled with
years.
73,000 people. I saw 800,000 pay-per-view buys.
Okay, so great.
Let me
So what does that-
see
do you not
if there
understand
isn't
the
a
zone
big
has been talking about
difference.
the
You're
zone's been talking about
comparing
return of
Haney
investment
or
since
even
COVID.
Tio or Cambosos
Okay.
to the face of boxing, Canelo. I mean,
Okay,
to make
cool.
an argument.
So
Are you
then,
kidding me?
again,
He
when you
is
say
an
return on
anomaly.
investment, when you
He
say
is
return
an
on
anomaly.
Hey,
When you
small,
say
but
return on
Canelo will
investment-
bring a lot of investment, bro. Come
Okay,
on.
great. So when you talk about return on investment, do you not understand that the zone
Why are you stuck on that, bro?
since COVID? Because that's what you're stuck. You're the one who introduced
Then
it.
why didn't the zone overbid? Why didn't the zone overbid Top Rank?
Okay, cool. You're the
But
person
was
who
going to
introduced-
be a return on the investment. Why didn't he do that?
Again, exactly. So a return on investment, the zone has been laying people off since COVID, right? They've already restructured their entire business model because of COVID. Why they all of a sudden for Haney, all of a sudden Haney Gambosis is return on investment their thing? in your mind?
But they can afford to.
All right. Outside
You
of
can
all
prove
that,
that first.
it's not a guaranteed 3-fight deal because it's pending on Devin Haney to
Bro,
want to stay at
I understand.
135.
Okay,
And if he wins the
here's really
first
what I'm
time.
saying to you. Here's really what I'm
So,
trying to point out. You're
What?
fucking
Now let's
You got really
now what is
weird
the argument
standards,
of
and
the
it's all
topic?
surrounded around.
All right.
It's all surrounded
You
around.
wanna talk about
Devin
Tio?
Haney and big up
Shit.
Teofimo.
There's something I was taught though. You learn more when you listen than when you talk over someone.
I am learning a lot right now, and I'm learning that I'm gonna tell both HLD and Smoke this. I love the fucking both of you, man. Y'all at the very least, listening to you two reminds me why I don't have my first wife. Thank you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Why is that, man? I give good sex.
I guess it's first right to I don't know. I don't get it. I'm lost right now. Like I have problems following what the hell you guys say a bunch of times because your examples are all over the fucking place. Apparently, Electro J was married to a guy that then they argued a bunch.
When's the last time you had a problem?
Look, in other words, after this one fight, Haney is not obligated. If he leaves 135, he is not signed to any network.
Okay, can you the HLD? Have you seen the contract that says this? Are you just pulling this out of your ass?
That is what the contract is,
bro.
Okay,
Have you
seen the contract?
Have you read Boxing Scene? Hey, have you read Boxing Scene or not?
Okay, does Boxing Scene have the contract, or is there a reason why I should?
Oh man, hey, I didn't see O.J. Simpson kill those two people, but damn, I didn't see him kill them, but
I'm missing.
You know what I mean? Did you see him? I didn't see him kill him, but damn, I know he did.
Okay, so the Boxing Scene has the evidence of him killing somebody. I'm missing the point.
You see what I'm saying, bro?
Come on,
you see what I'm saying?
Just read the article, bro.
Wait, read what article? What is the article? The article which states what?
Look at it. He is out to discredit anything with this bro code shit, bro.
Haney in the bro. Okay, now we're at the bro code. Okay, what is the bro code? What the fuck are you guys talking about?
We know.
You know. Okay, you know. It's the thing. Okay, I get it. I got it. So you got it. You're hipster boxing fans, and unless you got the DM directly,
there's nothing wrong with anything that being said. The kid has got a possible 3-fight deal if he stays at 135. If he actually wins the first fight,
according to who?
According to who?
According to who?
Bro, this dude.
We tried.
Johnny Cochran. Johnny Cochran.
Hold on.
Johnny Cochran been dead.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Listen. I gotta say this. I'm at the 2.5 hour mark. You guys got me on here longer than the 2 hour mark. I give you kudos for that. I really do, because 2 hours I'm in so much pain, but you guys got me fucking laughing. I don't know if I'm hurting from my lungs laughing or my knees hurting, but I do got to get off here. I want to say HLD, thank you very much for coming up here on Aftermath. This is like, you've been making this a regular trip for you. Much love from here, brother.
Absolutely,
Manito. You've been coming here, and Smoke, you have been coming here from the second week I started. Thank you. I want to say thank you to Brian Harkin, my brother, the other 4 horsemen. The third 4 horsemen is in the chat, and I gotta say 150, my little brother. I want to thank you for coming up here. This has been Aftermath. Thank you for coming with me. We'll stay tuned for next week's. It'll be Sunday around 6 p.m. or so. I look forward to seeing you guys back then. But until then, peace out, everybody. Thank you for coming in.
I want to
subscribe, guys. Peace out.
Yeah, wait. What you want to say? What you want to say, Brian?
I want to show you something before you leave. It's a couple of seconds.
It's not dirty, is it?
That's 19 seconds.
Hey,
no.
Read this out real
Here,
quick.
I wouldn't mess with Electrojet. Right?
All right.
Where's the play?
Oh yeah, I saw that. I did see that. That dude is badass. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I wouldn't. Just showing you again.
Yeah. That boy, don't run into that.
Kind of does like
that's an Electrojet there.
That's Electro Jet right there.
I wouldn't.
I think Electro Jet got a bit. His abs are still in order, in some kind of order, right?
Yeah, that's that hot yoga working for you, EJ.
Oh yeah, now I remember the message. But guys, thanks a lot for hanging out with me and getting all this. I really enjoyed this a lot, and I got a lot accomplished today. You all helped me with the topics, and I appreciate that, guys. Peace out, everybody. Much love. God bless, and see you next week.